YouTube. Hi, EP. I am EP. Somebody subscribed to my YouTube, and they are not from Miriam, and they are not from Twitter. Somebody found me in the wild, and they subscribed in the middle of the day, and I got a notification about it. I mean, somebody probably watched my VODs. Crazy work. Crazy work. Crazy work. Imagine watching me do bullshit and then being like, yeah. I can't imagine. I can't imagine. I can't imagine witnessing me in the wild and then being like, you know what? This guy's onto something. This guy, damn, I think he's onto something. I think he is totally onto something. He's this guy. He's got something behind those eyes. He's got something. I mean, isn't that good? Yeah, no, I'm just surprised. I'm a little impressed. I don't know. A little impressed. Just a little impressed. Hello. Lapis? Lapis or Laplas? Laplas. Hi, Laplas. Hello, Laplas. Somebody subscribed to my YouTube without me having to convince them. That was interesting. An interesting development, one might say. I love your profile picture, by the way. It's like a hamster close-up, and I kind of fuck with it. I kind of definitely fuck with your steez, brisky. I fuck with it heavy, one might say. We're going to read followed too many people and now there are streamers I've never met before. Oh. That's an interesting development. Oh, one momento. Give me a second. I have to do something, I think. Give me un momento, por favor. I have returned. I am back. Oh, joy. Yeah. Joyous day. Kalukale. How are you today, Audio? Yeah, I'm still following everyone either way. That's so real. I'm like the opposite. I try not to follow people because I know I'm not going to check my timeline. Because I never do. Oh, I'm okay. Back hurt. Why your back hurt? Way back hurt. Y'all, somebody follow my YouTube without me, like, having to ask. And I didn't realize because I was doing job training. And then all of a sudden, I heard this sound. Hold on. While I was doing job training, and I was like, what is that? And then I checked it, and, like, because I had OBS open, it triggered on my OBS, even though I wasn't live. I was so confused. I was confuzzled. I was confused. Lifting carpet all week for 5 days. Why are you lifting carpet? My job. Are you a carpenter? It's like a carpenter, but you only touch carpet. You are a carpet man? Are you a carpet seller or just a carpet guy who installs carpets? Are you a carpenter? Do you build house, install? Oh my god, are you like one of those guys who fixes carpets? There's a guy on YouTube I watch who fixes carpets and I think he's really cool. Pet That's jobs too. Is it fun to do that? It looks incredibly fun. It looks incredibly fun. It looks incredibly joyous. I want more of this birthday cake popcorn. Remember yesterday when I was rating it and I was like, this is a solid 5 or 6. No, I'm gonna boost its rating right now. I think I'm gonna say it's like an 8. I can eat so much of it and it's so good and it's not crazy sweet, but it's also uses real sweeteners and not artificial sweeteners. It's good. I like it. Some days are better than others. But all you do is install carpets. That's so the implied drama of that is fascinating. Hello, big brother. You know BB? Are you BB's brother? Hello, sis. You adopted BB? I did not know BB had a brother. I did not know BB had a brother. I did not know BB belonged to a family. I think that's an interesting development. Became bros with Imp and got a sis in return. Uncle Imp? Uncle Imp? Is the only imp I am aware of. The very same. I have a few siblings in Irium. Interesting. I have adopted nobody on Irium. I am alone. I have no, like, close people on Irium. Maybe my Senna. Hello, my dear boy, Buddhis. Hello. Hello. Hello, Bean. Good afternoon, Bean on YouTube. Bean is on YouTube. Bean is here now. Hi, Bean. Hello, Bean. Hello. Hi, Bean. How are you feeling there, man? Hope you are doing better. I am okay. I did not stream this morning, but we will be here till 10 p.m., so it's okay. We'll be here for 2 hours. It's fine. Damn. I don't have anybody who's close to me on Irium besides my Senna. I have a sister and 3 brothers. Lucky ducky. I am alone in Irium. People don't like DM me or like reach out to become friends with me. How would you reciprocify that if you wanted that closeness? Rectify. I couldn't read that. I'm dyslexic. I know why. I know why. I am aware as to why it is happening, and there's no way for me to rectify it. Unless I want to be, like, in a public situation, but I don't want to, so I can't do anything about it. It's by design. Also, rise a bit your voice volume on YouTube a bit here, a bit tad low on my side. There's nothing I can do about that. It's as loud as possible. I would have to speak loudly, but I don't really want to speak loud. Or I would have to buy a mic. If the desk volume is loud, it's really low on my end, but I can turn it down more if it makes it easier. Micey was bullying me. Yeah, I know. Because you were in my server scheming and scamming this plan. We can't, like, try to be like, Micey was bullying. Yeah, I know. You were scheming and scamming about it in my server. And then she told me. And then she tried to get me to bully you. What's scheming? I saw you scheming and scamming, bro. I see is gold. Yeah. Yeah, audio. I accept the fact that I'm probably not going to make many friends on here. My goal is to get my IP and leave. Though I promised I would try to stay a year. I still probably don't know if I'll do that though. I don't think I would. I think I'll make it to my IP in January or February, and then I'll make a choice after that if I continue to do Irium. Will you get the mic? I will get the mic, don't worry. You don't have to. I'm just telling you. There's nothing I can do to fix it. I'm as loud as possible. I haven't been doing anything. Yeah, like that's true. I know for a fact that you were scheming and scamming. I'm scheming. What did I do? I haven't been doing anything. Yes, you have scheming what? You want to be bullied because you want like a micey Clover is over party. You're stupid. You want a Clover is over party. That's just funny, not bullying. You know people to pick on you. I will got Mike. Fake canceling me to get people to come to my birthday stream. Does that work? How does that even, what do you mean? EP boy Brutus. EP boy Brutus. Sleepy boy. I was drawing today. I was drawing Girl Brutus and MILF Brutus today. So like Tiny Bruly Brutus and then Big Mommy Milker Brutus. I was having fun. I was drawing. Man, I wish I didn't have to people didn't ask me about how make friends or to make friends with other people in here. It's a bummer. It bums me out. What the fuck is Big Mommy Milker Brutus? MILF Brutus. MILF Brutus has mommy body. Because my birthday stream will be called Addressing the Allegations and people will think it's drama and they'll stay for my birthday. Clover, if they find out that there is no drama, I hope you understand that the response is to immediately leave. That your plan will fail if you do not make it clear this is a joke the entire time. If you at no point in the process of setting this up, if you don't make it clear that you're joking and people genuinely believe there is real drama and they come in there and there's nothing happening, one, everyone will be really mad at you. That's the first thing that's going to happen. This will actually taint your career, so don't do that. And two, everybody will realize there's nothing happening, get annoyed, and then just immediately dip. You have to make it clear that this is a meme. Like, you have to make it so clear. Like, it has to be so ridiculous in its execution and explanation that nobody for a second genuinely thinks that they're, like, anticipating real theatrics. Because if they are burned, they will be mad at you. What a day to be alive. Yeah. People are saying absurd stuff, so it's clear. I hope it's clear. I haven't seen what people are. I'm just warning you that if you don't execute something like that correctly, people are just gonna get mad at you. You have to like, Twitter.com. You have to really plan that out, Clover. Clover, you have to. I don't know if you have the skills for this. I don't know. I think this might be like a little bit out of your wheelhouse. But go for it, King. EP, I've been lazy and depressed to record. I gotta wait till the weekend. I understand that. It's so real. I've been like super anxious and tired and exhausted. I've been a little overwhelmed. But that's okay. That's okay. It's okay. That is okay. That is okay. We have a big thing coming up. Actually, if you're in my server, you saw my main model that I drew, which maybe this is all for the best, honestly, because we already went over that I was pressured into making the model that I made by an individual on here, and I was like very unhappy with it. Every time I looked at it, all I saw was everything wrong with it and stuff, and maybe it's just for the best. Because I've never wanted to, walk around as my own art. I've never wanted to do that. So maybe this is fate. That, like, my live 2D debut is not with a model. I did spend a lot of time on it, but like maybe this is just like how it's supposed to be. Hiring for the canceling or something else. I don't know. You ask her. You ask her. Hi, CJ. CJ, we will start to read. Not even soon, because we have a long time. We have a lot of time, so we can do a bunch of warm up stuff. We can do a lot of warming and setting up, because we have so much time. We have so much time. We have so much time. We have so much time, and I can actually switch to my streaming phone now, which is great. Huzzah! By the way, how much am I going to owe you for the logo design? I was just gonna do that as a solid. I don't know. You can tip me whatever. We got so much time. We can rub our bellies. We can rub my belly. Rub my belly. So close. Mouth don't be get fed. No, closed mouths don't get fed. Well, I straight up have a policy where it's like if I did not have any sort of intent to be paid, you can tip me, which means you can give me whatever amount of money you see fit. Oh my god, what are you typing at me? Hold up, let me switch to my streaming phone so I have access to my main device, and then I'll look at these text messages you're sending me. You guys are so dumb. Let's see. Actually today is my birthday. Which kind of person gives me a heart as they pass by? I celebrate a birthday that no one is celebrating today. I just want to be treated kindly. Clover, I don't even know what you mean by this is how you're gonna act on your birthday. I don't even know what emotion that invokes. I'm gonna be so real with you. I don't know what emotion that is. I don't even know how to describe that behavior. Is that sadness? Because I don't know if that's being sad. I don't know what that is. I have zero clue what in God's good name that is. I'll be so real with you. I'll be like as real as I can be with you. I have zero clue what in God's good name that is. I wanna sleep. Okay. I had to fix something. Hold on. I have to fix my camera. It's supposed to use the other one now. Got it? No clue. Let's see. Hold on. I think it's working? Question mark? Okay, I think it's working now. Hooray! For some reason I am under a table, but I will fix that right now. Okay, yeah, I fixed it. Okay, what time is it? It's only 8:30. It's only been like 20 minutes. Oh my goodness, December 9th. For a moment long ago. Oh god, your motto was spazzing out. Which one? Pity for a moment. Is it pity? When is your birthday? December 9th. Cancellation myself that day. Okay, I'll see you there. To burn. If I'm at work, I'm at work though, bro. I can't help you if I'm at work. I probably will be at work. By the way, I have to get a picture of Christmas tree on top of a crane? What are you talking about? What does that mean? Miriam? I have to get a picture of a Christmas tree on top of crane. Irium. What is... Oh, my Irium model was freaking out. Okay. I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, you have to get a picture on top of a Irium? What do you mean? No, I understand now. 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 Hello. That was a weird sound I just made. Whoop. That was a weird sound I just made. There's a Christmas tree on top of a crane on my way to work with Christmas lights on it. What in God's name? You're gonna put it in the server? I want to see it. I would like to see it, please. I would like to see it, please. I'm asking you so nicely, so you should show me. I'm asking you so nicely, so you should show me. Clover, what are you sending now? What is that? What is this supposed to... What does this mean? And where does it come from? I'll take a photo tomorrow. I want to see. I would love to see. I would love to see. Oh my god, I wanted to do a karaoke stream tonight. I'm just so tired. It's crazy how absolutely exhausted I am. It's crazy how absolutely exhausted I am emotionally. I'm gonna let this rock for... Should I wait an hour before we start reading our first chapter? Or should I start reading chapters when we hit the 30-minute mark? You guys can tell me. You can tell me. You can decide what you're in the mood for. I'm also like really happy. There's the picture I have where like Brutus is laying on a bed with Bobbie next to him, like the really fancy one that I was so excited about. It's that artist who's doing my model. So I'm really excited about it because I know for a fact that they draw Brutus really well and they really like Brutus. So like, because they like the character so much, when they draw him, you can tell that they really like. You can tell that they like them. You can tell in the quality of the art that they really like them, and that makes me happy. So I'm excited to see it done. And they made it so that all of my eyes show, even though I have bangs. So that's exciting. That's fun. Oh really? That's awesome. Yeah. It's gonna look cool. I want to ask them to add his tentacles so that I can have them toggled, and when they're toggled, they wiggle and they wave and they like wag like little tails. I think that would be cute. I would love if when he's happy, they make little heart shapes. That would be cute, but I don't think that's possible. I think that's a lot. I think that'd be too much asking. Especially because we re-rushed ordered it, I don't think we should be doing all that. Hey Kibby, have you read any cool comics lately? I just found an old Hellboy comic. I have not read any comics really. I have not read any comics really. No. I've also never read Hellboy, but I have watched videos discussing Hellboy. And Hellboy is a very interesting comic series. I feel like I should read Hellboy. The last comic I read was, why does the name escape me? It was an Osamu Tezuka story, the one with the little trans boy. One tentacle should hold a coffee cup. That would be cute. Again, I think we might be asking too much, though. I think we might be asking too much. I do want the pose where he has the pens in his fingers. I think that would be cute. I posted the head. The head looks really good. They said that they'll be done with my whole body by tomorrow, which is pretty cool. I feel like they're not going to be done, though, after I ask them to add some stuff. But, like, she was really quick. Maybe she'll be fine. The detective one. The detective one. The detective one? What do you mean by the detective one? What does the detective one refer to? What are you talking about? That quick? Yeah. We ordered it like 2 days ago. Not even 2 days ago. She said that she would take a week for each one, but like, maybe because I said I needed it really fast, she just is on it. She like catched it immediately. I was like, well, actually, my son wants to pay you like today because they're like, oh, you can pay us at some point this week, and I was like, no, my son wants to pay you today to do it because we need it. No, speak of the devil, and she shouts, what is your fucking thumbnail? What the fuck is that? That is your thumbnail. What the fuck is that? Hide me. Parastella? What? Hide me? I'm scared? No. Cry about it. The fuck? I'm not hiding you. Are you kidding me? Yeah, no, it hits at him. Talk to him like he's a cat. I was talking about the models we ordered. I said I want to add a bunch of extra shit. I want to add tentacles that wiggle, and they're like, oh, you should add tentacles and have one hold a coffee. I fear for my life. You should. Of course you do. Of course I do. I like being creative. Sue me. Shoot me. Sue me. I fear for my life. You should. You love it. Yeah, he does. She wants me to bully you. She wants me to bully you. You're lucky I haven't. I don't have the energy right now to participate, so you're good. But, oh buddy, oh pal, oh boy, maybe I'll find the energy to pick on you. The canceling thing. Hey, Brutus. Yeah? What are we? Macy, you haven't texted me in 3 days. Are you mad at me? I think, I will look into it once I come back. It's got errands to run. No worries, I'll be here. We have till 10 p.m., so don't worry, I'll be here. You got another, like, hour 30 with me. Not to get picked on. I text you like every day. This is this week, silly boy. I just love you. You haven't talked to me in 3 days. Are you mad at me? Are you mad at me? Oh my god, Micey, I'm kind of thinking about it. Maybe I want the artist we're working with to work on the biblically accurate Cupid, because she like really likes Brutus. Like, she really likes his design, and you can tell when she draws him that she really likes him. And I really like how she renders, and her renders are so shiny and like bouncy. She seems like she's fast too. She is, and like her renders and the way she draws is so like bouncy, and you can just be hyper picky and she doesn't mind because she likes when people are hyper picky. I'm crazy picky, and I'm like, I told her, I was like, can you move the mouth up like an inch? Can you change the render on the nose? Can you reshape the face? Can you narrow the hips? I'm like so anal about everything. Hey Chris, well, took you 30 minutes. Why are you texting me nonsense? Whatever, I'll click on it. PBM EP. I'm EP too. Hi EP. Client sent me this after I finished the commission. What is this?
Man, I cannot lose my job right now. I'm still paying off that painting I bought.
This is,
It does save you on a water bill, because there's no point.
what is happening? All those VTuber clips playing now. Hold up, I'll be right back. decided that I was going to eat ice cream, and then I went, I don't think I want to eat any more bad ice cream, and grabbed a banana instead. Hello, Chris's left hand. I have a banana. Hello, Chris's left hand. I have a banana. This is not the right thing. I'm clicking on Clover's chat. I don't want to talk to Clover. I thought they had fixed them all. What are you talking about? Sometimes my emojis are mysteries to Irium. I don't know why. I have no faith in Irium fixing anything. I have no faith in Irium fixing anything. Ouch, that hurts. Ooh. You dab him up. Or is that a bunny rabbit? Are you trying to grab a rabbit? Why? Trying to grab me? Grabby hands? Or is that a foot? Oh, that is a foot. Brutus, help. Back, I said. What do you mean, help? You're the one who's named Feet Connoisseur. You like feet too much, you little weirdo. You know, if you keep that up, everyone's gonna think that you're VTuber foot guy on Twitter, right? I hope you know that I'm gonna start a rumor that you're that guy. Also, thanks for the dumbbells. But, like, also, I'm gonna start a rumor that you are the Irium foot guy. Not the Irium foot guy. The VTuber foot guy. Isn't it, it's like VTuber foot connoisseur? I'm gonna tell everybody that you're the same person. BRB posting on Twitter that Clover likes feet. Oh no, he's admitted to this. He has admitted to this. And then he has said that he has a whole analogy about, like, feet being like pizza or something, and it's a whole thing. I'm sure that if you go into my server, you'll find screenshots of it. I'm sure you will. I know you will. I've seen them. Stop outing me? No. I'm not the one who typed that in a public place. You people are too comfortable. Freak. Yeah, he's a little freaky foot boy. He's a little freaky foot guy. It's true. I am too comfortable. You are a little freaky foot boy. You asked me to get Art of Brutus with his feet out. Like a little freak. I told you no. I said there will never be any Art of Brutus's feetsies. I will make sure he always has shoes on. He asked for that. It's not even the first piece of ecchi art he's asked for of Brutus. It's kinda crazy. Because he's asked for several different types of Brutus art. But one specific one was feet. Micey, why would you ever admit that? Why would you ever admit that? Why would you ever admit that? What's the apply to feet? What? Appeal to feet? They're like hands, but they're not. And they're dirty. I think. Some people think they're pretty. They're like sensitive and private. So people like the forbidden fruit of it all. I like to believe my is being kind and making me a surprise birthday party with all my friends. Clover, it must be really nice to be delusional. It must be really nice to lie to yourself, like, constantly. Like, you must know such peace that, like, it would make a monk jealous. I wish to live in such peace. I got very for Monopoly. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. Have to write Yuri to flirt aggressively with me to offset it. I will leave. If anyone starts flirting at all, I'm leaving. I'm telling you right now. I will leave. I will just stop existing. Brutus, what are we though? Shut up. I will leave. I'm not gonna even put a front out. I will leave so fast, it'll be like impressive how fast I'll leave. You won't be able to contact me for at least 48 hours. I'll just be gone. It's gonna be fine. Listen, there will be a VOD of this on YouTube. So, like, I won't even muzzle myself. I will save us both. And just disappear. I'll just fucking die. I'll just die. Have fun. We can crash out after. Can I get that too? No. Except for what I'm doing. She asked for my friend, so it's like probably a birthday video message for all my friends. Sure, pal. Sure, guy. Sure, buddy. Leave. Girl, go to somebody on Irium who's into the dog thing. I'm into doing a lot of things, like degrading men, but I'm not into the whole dog thing. That's not for me. I'm hated here? You're not hated. You're not hated. Being mean to men is fun. Being mean to men is amusing. But doing the whole dog thing, I'm still coughing. Can I be clawed? Like a cat scratch post? I'm into that. That's fun. One of my life's true pleasures. You're so stupid. Easy coming clutch. Can I be clawed? I'll claw people. That's more fun. Oh my god, the dog thing though? Oh my oh my god, no. I kind of hate the dog thing. I kind of really hate the dog thing. The more I think about it, the more, like, it annoys me. And I don't mean, like, it in a general sense. I just mean it on here. I just want to, like, Homer Simpson everybody who participates in it. Like, I am Homer, and everybody is Bart. Are you okay? I'm sick. I'm sick. I still have a cough. Oh no, tree, can I get caught? No, someone's scratching me aggressively. I can do that, like a cat scratch post, where you're like, do you have medicine? No. Stop being sick. I can't help it. I can't help it. I can't help the way I am. Oh my god, wait. The mouth render for Brutus is like so good. The inner mouth render, and they got my tongue right. They got my tongue correct. It's blue. Stop it. Stop it though. No, you stop. So, no good boys. Saying that out loud just now gave me a conniption. Gross. Gross. Here's the thing. You know when people, like, pretend to be mean, right? They're like, wow, you did such a good job, forehead kiss, now get the fuck away from, like, that whole performance, song and dance. No. I have that raw, real, organic, grade A disgust in people. That's why people give me money. They're actually pathetic. like actually embarrassing. When you do shit like that, it's fucking disgusting. Because of all the blue raspberry slushies you've eaten. Yeah, it's because of all the blue raspberry slushies and candies I've eaten. My tongue tastes like blue raspberry candy. I'm rubbing my belly for something else. What are you talking about, broski? Pathetic. Yeah. I feel bad for your stomach. My tummy? My tummy is a happy tummy. It's also full of blood and gore. It's a happy belly. It's a happy belly. I eat so much candy. I've eaten so much. During the training, I ate half a pound of fucking gummy worms. During my training I did today. I I ate half a pound of gummy worms by myself without thinking about it. And then I had to stop myself and go, oh my god, I almost ate this whole bag. No way. And then I stopped. And then I ate a bunch of Townhouse crackers. And then I stopped. And I was like, I can't eat an entire box of Townhouse crackers. And then I grabbed my fucking birthday cake popcorn and I started eating that. And I was like, this is so tasty, I can't finish this bag. If I finish this bag, I'll be sad. And then I started eating more of it. And then I ate a banana just now. I'm always hungry. I'm hungry. A Jolly Rancher inside. Jolly Ranchers are pretty good. I feel like as I get older, though, I like them less. It's always like, oh, because it's all the sugar. It's like, no. I just told you how much sweets I just ate. Like, no, that's not the problem here. I like it. Like, I like that. What are you talking about? Well, that's not even real words. I like Jolly Ranchers. I like Jolly Ranchers, but I don't like them as much as I did when I was younger. Oh my god, you're gonna be candy by the end of the year. Yeah. Or milk. I probably eat more milk than I eat sweets. If not sweet, milky desserts. I love sweet, milky desserts. Like pie, fucking key lime pie is baller. Just straight up homemade whipped cream, absolutely ungodly good. What else is really good? Ice cream is good, obviously. That one's easy. I think my favorite is custard, though. I love me some custard. Like, especially Japanese boudin. I like boudin a lot. And boudin and, like, flan are in the same wheelhouse, but they're slightly different textures. A cream Brutus model? That would be fun. That would be fun. You have twin tails, but the twin tails are, like, swirled, like, whipped cream. That would be cute. Or like his antenna, instead of them being his normal antenna, they're like whipped creams. I think that would be cute if his antenna were like whipped cream and he has a little bowl cut. I think that would be very cute. I have a picture for a reference. For what? Whipped cream model? And like a whipped cream dress? That would be pretty cute. I could do that. We need a Joy Boy month model, though. I think I still might change my theme every month, but I don't think I'm gonna do my outfits every month anymore. Mostly because I'm tired. Big Titty MILF Brutus when? I thought we were doing that for, like, August. I'm gonna do Joy Boy June, and then you wanted to do something in July. And then my thing is August, so like we could, but people have been going back and forth. They like the idea of small titty Brutus, because everyone in my community says small is justice, and they want flat chest Brutus. But they also find MILF Brutus to be an appealing concept. So there's Girl Brutus, and then there's MILF Brutus, which are just like, these are two completely different character designs. What if the big titty was like a detachable inflatable titties? I was thinking like a boobie toggle, but like the thing is that they look completely different. Like MILF Brutus and Girl Brutus are like totally different heights. They're like totally different heights and have totally different body shapes. You know what I mean? Like, one of them is probably, like, in my head, I think MILF Brutus is, like, 5'10". And then Girl Brutus is, like, the same height as Boy Brutus. They're both 5'3". It is not easy being a MILF. No, it is a project. You sent me pictures. What if you advertise it as boobie toggle, but when it activates, the boobies appear in your hand? I feel like actually backhanding you. Not that what you said was, like, the dumbest thing you've said. It's not, because you've said stupider things. For some reason, though, I just want to hit you. You've said stupider things. Surely. But, like, for some reason, that one got me mad. But it's funny. No, it's just dumb. Everyone's so mean to me today. Yeah, no, this is kind of what I was thinking. But, like, instead of, like, the strawberries, his antennas are, like, the cream thing on top of his head. The cream on top. Like, that would be that would be his hair. Not his hair. ¿Cómo se dice? His antenna. His antenna. Micey wants me dead. Go eat more poison, you dumb babe. Don't worry, I got Ark and Kume. Who's Kume? Who's Kume? Kume. I don't know who that is. I don't know who half these VTubers are, though. I don't know who half of these people are. On Irium Streamer. I don't know who anybody is. They asked me earlier, oh, do you have, like, other VTubers? Your friend? They're like, oh, who VTubers are you close to? We have VTuber siblings. And I'm like, that's so cool. I'm not close to anybody. And they're like, how would you, like, remedy that? And I was like, that's by design. There's nothing I can do about it. Like, I can't fix that. It's just you. Yeah, I said that. I was like, the only VTuber I'm close to on here is Micey. Like, I don't really talk to anybody else, and no one wants to talk to me. It's for my birthday. Happy birthday. Hopefully this next recording, cute little birthday message for me next week. No. I like cute. That's my aesthetic. You like cute? That's good. I'm also excited for your birthday. I was supposed to buy something for his birthday and he wouldn't let me, so now you get nothing from me, Clover. That's how that works. When you refuse to, like, let me give you gifts, if you refuse, he refused me. He refused to allow me to do it, so I had a gift I was gonna buy him. It was like $60. And then he refused me to let me do it. He was like, you're not allowed to give me gifts, and like, I'll block you or whatever. And I'm like, that's stupid. Now you get nothing from me. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna get backhanded for this, but for the whipped cream model idea, when Cream Brutus drinks milk, he grows booba. That's not backhand worthy, but I feel like it's such a waste. I feel like it would be a waste. However, it would be cute if Brutus's girl toggle, if he is in his whipped cream form, is triggered by him drinking milk. Because I think it just being like, oh, he gets breasts or his breasts become bigger is like a waste of potential, where like if he drinks milk he just turns into a girl, period, would be cuter. I feel like that would be the full execution of that idea, rather than, yeah, like the full execution of that idea was more, is like, I think it's, there's too much potential there. The animation for Brutus turning into a girl is triggered by him drinking milk. You could, I'm gonna have it. You'd have to get wet, and I feel like that would be like a whole like thing. It needs an easier animation to just have him drink milk and then his body shifts. I think that'd be cute. I think it'd be hilarious if you just had a couple of different boob sizes in every different stream you did and never acknowledged it and gaslight people about it. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like I would only, like, I don't know. I wanted to just be that I have different toggles that completely change his body model. Just in general. Warm milk turns you into a girl and cold milk turns you into a boy. And how exactly, pray tell, are we telling the temperature of this milk? Because you guys are so smart and you're coming up with these crazy ideas, okay? How are we conveying to people that the milk is different temperatures? Is it like a steaming mug of milk or something? And then, like, the other animation is, like, a cold glass, like a normal milk little jug. How are we... it looks hot. Bitch, you guys are so stupid. You guys don't think any of these things. You just come up with nonsense, and you're like, oh yeah, no, it just makes sense. Really all stupid. Would you rather have more booba or more cake instead? I like cakes. Cakes are delicious. Like, you have the base grabbing, and drinking milk animation, and you grab it in a micro... No, that's stupid. That is stupid. That is the dumbest thing I think I've ever heard. You know how much money I would have to pay for somebody to make such a complicated animation for such a stupid small little bit? I am not spending all of that money for one toggle that is dumb. That is like actually a dumb suggestion. It is a waste of money when you could just have it be that they're holding milk and then they drink it and then that's just be it. You want to turn it into a whole stupid thing. It's like not even it's dumb. It's a dumb idea. It's a bad, stupid, dumb idea. I think your idea is bad and you should feel bad. Just being mean. Because your idea was bad. Don't everyone's being mean. Don't everyone is being mean to me. No, because it's not that. It's because your idea was bad. That was a bad idea. Give me a good idea and I won't say your idea sucks. That was a bad idea. That was not a good idea. It was not a good idea, like, at all. That was a terrible idea. That was a terrible, terrible, terrible idea. We're all degenerates here. No. The idea wasn't degenerate. The idea was bad and expensive for no reason. Because it's like an overindulgent concept that, like, does not... It doesn't, like, bring anything to the table being that overly complicated. It's not like, oh, by making it overly complicated, we're breaking the mold and, like, doing something interesting. We're not. So that's my issue number one. My issue number one is that we don't, like, gain anything from it. My first issue is that we've gained nothing and we've lost everything, including money. What? I miss what you had said. He wants it to be that, quote-unquote, when Brutus drinks different milk temperatures, he changes his gender. But, like, there's no effective way to convey that. There's just no effective way to convey that. Period. There's no effective way to convey that in a VTube model. Like, to convey different temperatures and whatever in a way that isn't expensive, indulgent, and, like, not helpful to anything. It's just expensive for no reason. It's a waste of money for no reason. You heard him, boys. Make it even more complicated. If you make it more complicated, but, like, more, like worth it, I won't crash out. I won't care. But, like, that was an idea that was just, like, so ridiculous in its complexity that would, like... What would be the point? What would be the point? It wouldn't be a thing that anybody would be like, wow, when he drinks milk, a microwave... Nobody's gonna think it's cool. Everyone's just gonna be like, what was the point of that? Why does a microwave... It's not even gonna be conveyed well. It doesn't even matter how well somebody does it. It's just, like, not even gonna be... It's, like, not gonna land. I think that's my issue, is it wouldn't land. I wish I could use my laptop camera. I wish I could use my laptop camera. That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. Okay, ow. I got rid of this thing. Oh my god. I got rid of this thing. Milk makes you girls, boba makes you boys. How about we just never do Girl Brutus? I decide that I'm not doing it anymore. I changed my mind. How about Brutus is no longer genderless, and I pick a gender, and everybody stops having fun, and I take away the fun from you completely. Or a protein shake. I think it'd be cool. 'Cause you came up with the idea, but it's a bad idea. I would think it's cool. I must go to have more people to recruit for the birthday party. Have fun. All I said is when you drink, you grow booba, and you're like, I like your idea better than he just turns into a girl. Yeah, I think my idea is better. I think my idea is good. And it's not even like he turns into a girl, period. Because it's not like, oh, Brutus drinks milk, he turns into a girl. No. I want it just to be with the whipped cream thing, is that when he adds more dairy to him, he becomes a girl. That's it. Or protein powder. Please, let it be a cute little birthday party video for all my friends. That's good. I'm fine with Brutus staying Brutus. Brutus is genderless. Brutus being Brutus is Brutus not having a gender. Brutus being Brutus would imply that he does become a woman, because he has no gender to begin with. He's supposed to shapeshift into different genders. It's in his canon. Okay, we have 3 minutes before we start reading book. Which I'm excited for. I do want to know what happened in the book. Yeah. I yawn again. I yawn again. I yawn. I yearn for the mines. Who is texting me? Who is texting me and why? Stop texting me. Stop texting me. By the way, I posted a lot of cursed chairs to Ark's Twitter along with someone else. What does that mean? What's a cursed chair? What is a cursed chair? What does that mean? How can a chair be cursed? Like in depiction, not in like, oh, it has a curse on it because it's a ghost. That's not what I mean. She shows us Jean beanbag chair. I don't think that's cursed. A beanbag chair made of denim? I don't think that's that cursed. It could be worse. You gotta try harder than that. That doesn't upset me. That doesn't upset me at all. You gotta try a little bit harder than that, bro. You gotta try just a little bit harder than that to upset me. To upset that, which is me. It's not cursed, but we made more curse. How do you make a beanbag chair made of denim cursed, though? It's just denim. It ain't nothing but a denim. Ain't nothing but denim. She ain't nothing but denim. She is nothing but denim. Check her Twitter. I do not want to go on Twitter right now. I have no interest in going on Twitter at the moment. Hi, Breaky. Welcome. Okay. I have no desire to try to pull up Twitter. Snuff? Like that? Just send a picture. Just DM it to me. I just don't feel like opening Twitter. Because then I would have to log on into the computer. It's a whole thank you for the heart. I will put the heart in our list. I have so much to add up that I haven't been adding up her streams. I have it all like in record. I have everything on record, but I just haven't been doing the math because I've been so tired. I'll send it. Okay. Alright. Fine, I will look at that. I will go on to the Discord on my computer and I'll look at it. That I'll do. That's fine. Minasaurus. Chica. Hi, Chica. We are going to start reading story soon. We're going to start reading a story soon. What did he see? What are you talking about? Clover, what is this? The second one feels a little cursed. The first one isn't cursed. This is fun. I like this first one. This first one is not cursed at all. I would say that this is 0 on a scale from 1 to 10. This is 0 cursed. This is like the dream cart. Everybody wants to be pushed around in a shopping cart, and this would be fun. This would be cool. This one is a little cursed. This one, the second one, I would give that a solid like 8. New coffin chair designed to target the design industry. This is a cool chair. This is a super sick chair. If this chair could recline, I would buy it. This is a sick chair. On a scale from 1 to 10 on its cursed, I would probably say like a 3 for those scared of dying, but like in a general sense, I think it's just kind of cool. I like it. This one's not cursed either. This one's just a sassy chair. This is a sassy chair. I would say this is a 0. It's a sassy chair. Unless you're arachnophobic, this one is not cursed to me either. It's also just kind of sick. In fact, I wish it was like, it had like robotics in it and could walk around like a little crab. I think that would be pretty sick. On a scale from 1 to 10 for arachnophobes, I would give this like a solid 8. For like me, a 5. Oh, this is super cursed. This is glass. This is just broken glass on a fold-up chair. Oh, this is super cursed. This is a 10. This is a 10. Alright, only one of these I think is super cursed. It's just the last one. The last one is definitely super cursed. An opossum walked up to me earlier this evening. That's adorable. I love opossums. They got little hands. They got little hands. What about Brutus's lap as a chair? My brain just turned off. My brain just turned off at that one. My brain completely turned off. My brain just, like, did not want to register that. Nope. My brain just, like, immediately turned off. My brain turned off. Yes. That one is my favorite chair. 10 out of 10 Brutus lap. Don't sit on me, please. Gross. Disgusting. Don't touch me. Gross. I hate it. Gross. I would, let's say we did and not. Let's say we did and then not actually do it. I don't think our butts would fit since he is small. I am not that small. I'm 5'3". I'm not that small. Not that small. I just yawned. I'm not that small. I do not wish to be touched. I do not wish to be touched. I have to test it. And die? Is that worth dying for? Are you, like, okay with dying for that, though? You wanna die for that? It can't be worth dying for. Surely not. It's not worth dying for, surely. Yes. You think it's worth dying over? You think touching me is worth dying over? Oh wait, I just realized I can use my phone mic as my microphone for streaming. That's interesting. I guess I can fix the mic. Oh, that's cool. Calibrate? Cannot start calibrating when mic is off. Ah. That's interesting. That's interesting. Oh, I'm gonna play with that later. Okay, sorry. I got distracted playing with stuff. Once in a lifetime. I like the odds. You like the odds that Brutus will, like a feral cat, claw your throat out if you sit on his lap? You're very brave. I can't say I don't think you're very brave. It's very impressive that you're so brave. Very impressive. Very impressive. I'm sure it could be worse. I'm sure that it could be so much worse. you know? Wait, you can claw us if we do? Sign me up. I will kill all of you. And I wouldn't even say sorry. All of you would be gone. You would all be gone. I would just remove all of you from the gene pool. You guys would all be removed from the gene pool. Very quickly, even. You would all be removed from the gene pool and I would not feel bad. Later, British. Don't let chat bother you too much. Use this if they do. No worries. Oh, I'm sorry, CJ. We were supposed to start reading, huh? And I forgot to start reading. I'm so tired. I, got so distracted. I'm sorry. I'm going to read if you do want to stay and hear me read. I will start reading. I'm just really dumb. I got distracted. I got super uber distracted. Because I'm just distracted. I'm just easily distracted. I'm so easily distracted. I'm wheezing. Okay, let's read. Indubitably. What are you reading? We're reading what we read every night. We're reading Wizard of Oz, as always. We haven't finished the book. We're trying to read the entire 12-part series. 14-book series. If you would like, it is on YouTube, and you could come and see the slideshow and all that jazz, but that's only if you want to do that. Otherwise, just hang out where you are and enjoy. Or you can leave. No one's holding you at gunpoint. Not tonight, anyway. Okay. I will, in fact, start reading. Joyously, I will start reading. Hooray! To reading. Reading Rainbow. You take a look, and it's in a book. Reading Rainbow. I can go anywhere. Ah, yes. Okay. I will read the book. And you know I'm serious because I'm actually going to put up the stuff so we can read the book. Hooray! I will read the introduction as I read every night. I probably won't read the author note tonight because I'm just a little lazy, but I will read this. Why read book? Because it's book reading time, Clover. Duh. Folklore legends, myths, and fairy tales have followed childhood through the ages, for every healthy youngster has a wholesome and instinctive love for stories fantastical, marvelous, and manifestly unreal. The winged fairies of Grimm and Anderson have brought happiness to childish hearts. What does that say? You need to bring your reading comprehension up. Yeah, that's also that. For childish hearts than all other creations. Yet, old fairy tales have served for generations may now be classified as historical in the children's library, for the time has come for a series of new wonder tales, in which the stereotyped genies, dwarfs, fairies, are eliminated together with all their horrible, blood-curdling incident devised by their authors to point fearsome morals to each tale. Modern education includes morality. Therefore, the modern child only seeks only entertainment in their wonder tales, gladly despising with all disagreeable incident. Having this thought in mind, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz was written solely for the pleasure of children of today. It aspires. Wow, I read this every day and I still can't read it. Aspires to being a modernized fairy tale in which the wonderment and joy are retained and the heartache and nightmares are left out. L. Frank Baum, Chicago, April 1900. Alright. Inspires, yes. Inspires. You need to bring your reading comprehension up. It's such a good read. Anyway. Let's go. Let us read this chapter without going over the author's note today. Which, sorry that we're not reading the author's note today. I know sometimes people actually like hearing me do the routine stuff, but we're not doing the routine perfectly today. Sorry about it. We'll do parts of the routine. We're not going to do all of it. Okay. This is chapter whatever chapter, because these are not numbered. I'm just guessing the chapter numbers. I'm not sure. This might be like 10 or 11. I'm not positive. We will see by when we get to the end of the book. Anyway. Okie dokie, Smokey. Whoa, okay, sorry. It jumped, like, to the middle of the chapter for reasons that don't make sense to me. Okay, there it is. Mr. H.M. WoggleBug T.E. What a name. That's why I named the stream that, by the way. I named it that because that is the name of the chapter. It really is quite a name. That being said, let us continue. Now, General Ginger, who, you will remember, commanded the army of revolt, was rendered very uneasy by the escape of the Scarecrow from the Emerald City. She feared, and with good reason, that if His Majesty and the Tin Woodsman joined forces, it would mean danger to her and her entire army. For the people of Oz had not yet forgotten the deeds of these famous heroes, who had passed successfully through so many startling adventures. So Ginger sent post-haste for old Bobbie, the witch, and promised her a large reward if she would come to the assistance of the rebel army. Bobbie was furious at this trick Tip had played upon her, as well as his escape and the theft of the precious powder of life, so she needed no urging to induce her to travel to the Emerald City to assist Ginger in defeating the Scarecrow and the Tin Woodsman, who had made Tip one of their friends. For those who probably don't remember, because I don't remember if you remember, Bobbie was the caregiver of Tip, and Bobbie had intent to turn Tip into a stone statue, but Tip was not interested in being a stone statue, so he escaped. He escapade away, and he escaped with Jack Pumpkinhead, and the powder of life that brought Jack Pumpkinhead to life. So, that's why she's mad. Bobbie had no sooner arrived at the royal palace that she discovered, by means of her secret magic, that the adventurers were starting up their journey to the Emerald City. So she returned to a small room high up in a tower and locked herself in while she practiced such arts as she called... practice is spelled weird. I read it correctly, but, like, it's not spelled the way we spell practiced in modern text. Well, dyslexia helped me, but also did not help me. She practiced such arts as she could command to prevent the return of the Scarecrow and his companions. That was why the Tin Woodsman presently stopped and said, "Something very curious has happened. I ought to know my heart every step of this journey." What? I ought to know by heart every step of this journey. That makes sense, yeah. And yet, I fear we have already lost our way. That is quite impossible, protested the Scarecrow. Why do you think, my dear friend, that we have gone astray? Why, here before us is a great field of sunflowers, and I never saw this field before in all my life. At this word, they all looked around only to find that they were indeed surrounded by a field of tall stalks, every stalk bearing at its top a gigantic sunflower. And not only were these flowers hidden buttons, not only were these flowers almost blinding in their vivid hue of red and gold, but each one whirling around upon its stalk like a miniature windmill, completely dazzling the vision of the beholders, and so mystifying them that they knew not which way to turn. Jesus. Hi, Dior. Welcome again. We're reading a chapter of the marvelous misadventures of Tintin. No, I'm kidding. It's not Tintin. We should read Tintin, though. That was also a very good book series. I like crows. I like crows, too. I want a pet crow. No, I want to befriend one. I want to be friends with a crow. I want to pet one. I want to be friends with one. It's witchcraft, exclaimed Tip. While they paused, hesitating and wondering, the Tin Woodsman uttered a cry of impatience and advanced with swaying axe to cut down the stalks before him. But now the sunflowers suddenly stopped, their rapid whirling, and the travelers plainly saw a girl's face appearing in the center of each flower. These lovely faces looked upon these in astonishment. I'm back, people. Welcome in. We started reading the chapter, so feel free to get cozy. Lovely faces looked upon astonishment, a band of with mocking smiles, and then burst into a chorus of merry laughter at the dismay that their appearance caused. Always remember, Kibby is gay. Shut up. I'm not gay. Stop, stop, cried Tip, seizing the Tin Woodsman's army. They're alive, they're girls. At the moment, the flowers began whirling again, and the faces faded away and were lost in the rapid revolution. The Tin Woodsman dropped his axe and sat down upon the ground. It would be heartless to chop down these pretty creatures, said he, despondently, and yet I do not know how else we can proceed upon our way. They looked to me strangely like the faces of the army of the revolt, mused the Scarecrow, but I cannot conceive how the girls could have followed us up here so quickly. I believe it's magic, said Tip positively, and that someone is playing a trick upon us. I've known old Bobbie to do things like that before. Probably it's nothing more than an illusion, and there are no sunflowers here at all. Then let us shut our eyes and walk forward, suggested the Tin Woodsman. Excuse me, replied the Scarecrow, my eyes are not painted to shut. Because you what the heck? Because you happen to have tin eyelids, you must not imagine we are all built in the same way. And the eyes of a sawhorse are not eyes, said Jack, leaning forward to examine them. Nevertheless, you must ride quickly forward, commanded Tip, and we will follow after you and try to escape. My eyes are already so dazzling that I can scarcely see. So the Pumpkinhead rode boldly forward, and Tip grasped the stub tail of the sawhorse and followed with closed eyes. The Scarecrow and the Tin Woodsman brought up the rear, and before they had gone many yards, of joyful shouting from Jack announced that the way was clear before them. Then all paused to look backwards, but not a trace of the field of sunflowers remained. Cute. Shush! Silence, you! Silence! Stop trying to summon things! Stop trying to summon things! Silence, you! Silence, Bartle. Silence. More cheerfully now, they proceeded upon their journey, but old Bobbie had so changed the appearance of the landscape that they would surely have been lost have not the Scarecrow wisely concluded to take their direction from my model artist just texted me. I got so distracted by that. Surely lost hands, concluded their direction. For no witchcraft could change the course of the sun, and it was therefore a safe guide. However, other difficulties lay before them. The sawhorse stepped into a rabbit hole and fell to the ground. The Pumpkinhead was pitched high into the air, and his history would probably have ended it all at that exact moment had not the Tin Woodsman skillfully caught the pumpkin as it descended and saved it from injury. Don't make me put you in timeout. Shut up. Silence. Yeah, that was me just now, sorry. Tip soon had it fitted to the neck again and replaced Jack upon his feet. But the sawhorse did not escape so easily, for when his legs was pulled from the rabbit hole, it was found to be broken short off and must be replaced and repaired before he could go a step further. This is quite serious, said the Tin Woodsman. If there were trees nearby, I might manufacture another leg for this animal, but I cannot see even a shrub for miles around. And there are neither faces nor houses in this part of the land of Oz, added the Scarecrow discontentedly. Then what shall we do? Inquired the boy. I suppose I must start my brain working, replied the Majesty, the Scarecrow. For experience has taught me that I can do anything if I but take time to think it out. Super gay baby jail. Shut up! Can't put me in super gay baby jail. I'll escape. I'll escape. So stupid. So stupid. I got everything would count as additional toggles, so there would be extra shirts for both. And rigging. Bleh. Okay, guys, should I have extra arms or just tentacles? If I should have extra arms or just tentacles. I don't think I can afford both. I don't think I can afford both, but we will see. I don't have to pay it now, so it's fine. Let's see. Decisions. I think the tentacles are more fun. Tentacles. Fun? Yeah, I think they'd be more fun. I keep talking about them. If I can't show them, that would be pretty lame. I also think I forgot to mention that his eyes change color when he smiles and frowns. About okay, hold up. It just be a mess. I'm gonna swing from the chandeliers. Okay, dope. Okay, back to book. Back to book. Hooray! Back to book. I sent text. Yes. I would like to make sure that when he smiles, his eyes turn pink, and when he frowns, his eyes turn yellow. Reading. Yes, we are reading. I'll wait for her to text me, and then I'll worry about it. That's what I'll do. Scarecrow, okay, in my experience, has taught me that I can do anything if I but take time to thinking it out. Let us all think, said Tip, and perhaps we shall find a way to repair the sawhorse. So, they sat in a row. Okay. They sat in a row upon the grass and began to think, while the sawhorse occupied itself by gazing curiously upon the broken limb. Does it hurt? Asked the Tin Woodsman in a soft, sympathetic voice. Not in the least, returned the sawhorse, but my pride is injured, and I find that my anatomy is so brittle. For a time the little group remained in silent thought. Presently the Tin Woodsman raised his head and looked over the field. What sort of creature is that which approaches us? He asked wonderingly. The others followed his gaze and discovered coming towards them the most the most extraordinary object they had ever beheld. It advanced quickly and noisily over the soft grass, in a few minutes stood before the adventurers and regarded them with an astonishment equal to their own. The Scarecrow was calm under the circumstances, "Good morning," he said politely. The stranger removed his hat with a flourish, bowed very low, and then responded, "Good morning, one and all. I hope you are as a group. I hope you are as an aggregation. 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 Lurking aggressively. It's okay, Reiki. Aggregation. Enjoying excellent health. Permit to present my card." With a courteous speech, it extended a card towards the scarecrow, who accepted it, turned it over, and then handed it with a shake of his head to Tip. The boy read, "Mr. M.H. WoggleBug T.E." Oh my god, wait, there was like a really bad animated... Wait, your model has a bang on. It's cute. What? What do you mean it has a bang on? Oh, it's because I have both models on at the same time by accident. See, if I get rid of this one, it goes away. If I put it back on, it shows back up. That's my own fault. Also, my pupils are different colors now. You can see that they're different colors. And if I turn this one off, it just turns this outfit back on. I like the bang on. Alright. Like that. Okay. Let us continue. There was like a really bad animated movie that has this WoggleBug in it. We should watch that. It's really bad. I just remembered it by reading the book. I remembered it. Is that too much? Okay. He only needs like 2 tentacles coming from his back, I think. Just fine for now. Important. Hold up, I want to make sure that the eyes change color. I just want to make sure that because right now my eyes change color on my PNG. Hold on. I must type. It's so... He frowns. They turn yellow. Okay, guys, I want your opinion on something. Do you think it would be cool if Brutus's extra eyes were independent? I feel like this would be a lot of extra work. I don't know. They like move in their own directions. Instead of having them all move together, his 2 extra eyes look in different directions. perchance. I can that makes sense. Okay. I'll have to pay for all this later, so it's fine. Okay, so I told her, honestly, the arms would be less important than his eyes. I like my PNG model. My eyes change color, so I'd like to keep it that when he smiles, his eyes turn pink, and when he frowns, they turn yellow. That, and his ears wiggle when he smiles. Like, stuff that wouldn't use toggles, so I can use it on ear, if that makes sense. I don't think I'm asking too much. Because, like, Null did it, and Null's a baby. Like, Null did it, and she's not a baby. She's a baby. I think they were looking the same way. Makes more sense. Different directions might be bad and lose focus. But they're eldritch. They're supposed to be, like, not human. They're supposed to be doing weird shit. That's why I think it would be interesting looking. Because he has extra eyes, and the two other ones are supposed to be, like, inhuman. Different directions seems interesting. Yeah, like, I think it would be interesting if, like, his top eye and his bottom eye are looking when, like, they just move around. But his main eye are the eyes that actually look and focus and shit. But his other eyes are just, like, they're weird and they do their own thing and it's uncanny. But this is for business suit? No. Yeah, this is just Brutus, though. Brutus is just like this. The way Brutus functions does not change based off his design. They just, you know, like when he has his angel one design, it would be so cool if all of the eyes are always looking in different directions. That would be so ominous. That, like, you have Brutus, like the actual biblical Brutus, and he's focused on you, but, like, his eyes are always watching everybody, so they're always looking at other people. Yeah, it would be cool if, like, I think, okay, if he's at rest, I think the eyes should always be moving around on his, like, eye halo that I have drawn. But it would be cool that when he speaks and he's focused on you, all of the eyes look at you, because that's creepy. That would be really creepy. Must drive home BRB. No worries. Like what? Like, biblically accurate Cupid Brutus. He has this big biblical halo behind him that is surrounded with eyes. So if all of the eyes are, like, when I'm looking in one direction too long, all of the eyes just start moving and looking around at different things. If I look forward, though, all of the eyes focus on the screen like I'm looking at you directly. That would be creepy, and I think that would be pretty cool. I think that would be really creepy and ominous, but also look really cool. I think that would be sick. That would be pretty sick, guys. Not gonna lie. That would be pretty sick, guys. Not gonna lie. Not going to lie. I don't know if she texted me back. That's okay. We'll keep reading. And if there's evolution happening, I'll tell you. It's up to you. At the end, it's your model and your idea. Do what makes you happy, because if you follow someone else's advice and don't like it, you won't be happy with it. True. I think it would look cool. But it depends on if it would be more work. If it's, like, less work, then I'm not gonna say anything. They already agreed to do a model with 4 eyes on it. So there is that. She did agree to do a model with 4 eyes. That is already work. That is already a decent amount of work for Angel model with awesome for different directions. I want it to be ominous because I want Angel Brutus to look cute, but, like, biblical angels are very, they are supposed to, they're not supposed to scare you, but they are intimidating. They are scary. That's why they have to say, be not afraid. because it's super scary. To have like a biblical cupid be like, be not afraid, and then like they're talking to you in every single one of their eyes that is supposed to be watching all of humanity, all focused on you. That would be ominous. All of God's eyes are on you and they're judging. Be not afraid. Yeah, be not afraid. And then sucks your soul out through your nose. Okay, let's see if... I will see if she texted back. She did not. We can continue reading. I also think I figured out the tracking on the phone now. Because now my pupils track better. And also I think it's connected to my phone mic. So like, my volume might be better. No clue. I hope it is, but no clue. Anyway, let's keep reading. That is the wrong tab. Okay. We should watch the bad HM WoggleBug thing. Dear me, ejaculated the pumpkin head, staring somewhat intently. How very peculiar, said the Tin Woodsman. Tip's eyes were round and wondering, and the Sawhorse uttered a sigh and turned away his head. Are you really a WoggleBug? Inquired the Scarecrow. Most certainly, my dear sir, answered the stranger briskly. Is not my name upon the card? It is, said the Scarecrow, but may I ask what HM stands for? HM means highly magnified, returned the WoggleBug proudly. Oh, I see. The Scarecrow viewed the stranger critically. You are, in truth, highly magnified, sir, said the WoggleBug. I take you for a gentleman of judgment and discernment. Oh, yes. I take you as a gentleman of judgment and discernment. Does it not occur to you that I am several thousand times greater than any WoggleBug you ever saw before? Therefore, it is plainly evident that I am highly magnified, and therefore is no good reason why you should doubt the fact. Pardon me, returned the Scarecrow. My brains are slightly mixed since I was last laundered. Would it be improper for me to ask, also, what the T-E at the end of your name stands for? These letters express my degree, answered the WoggleBug with a condescending smile. To be more explicit, the initials mean I am thoroughly educated. Oh, said the Scarecrow, much relieved. Tip had not yet taken his eyes off the wonderful personage. What he saw was a great round bug-like body, supported upon two slender legs which ended in a delicate feet. The toes curled upward. The body of the WoggleBug was rather fat, and judging from what could be seen, was of a glistening dark brown color upon the back, while the front was striped with alternate bands of light brown and white, blending together at the edge. Its arms were fully as slender as its legs, and upon a rather long neck was perched its head, not unlike the head of a man, except that in its nose end is a curled... Oop, I hit the wrong button. Hello? Was curled upwards. Back in light brown. Its arms were fully as slender as its legs, and upon a rather long neck was perched its head, not unlike the head of a man, except that its nose ended in a curled antenna, or feeler, and its ears from the upper points bore antennae that decorated the sides of its head like two miniature curling pigtails. It's a bug, Clover. What do you mean, huh? It's a bug. They're describing a weird bug. It's a weird bug thing, okay? Ain't nothing more complex than that. It's a big old bug man just like your mama used to make. Classic big old bug man. It must be admitted that the round black eyes were rather bulging in appearance. Not the expression upon the WoggleBug's face was by no means unpleasant. For dress, the insect wore a dark blue shallow swallowtail coat with a yellow silk lining and a flower in the bottom hole, a vest of white duck that stretched tightened across the wide body, knickerbockers of the fawn-colored plush. What the fuck? Fawn-colored plush fastened at the knee with gilt buckles, and perched upon its small head was a jaunty set of tail silk hat. Oh, so a tall silk hat. A tall silk hat. I must charge my phone. I must charge the phone. Okay, the phone is now being charged. Where were we? Standing before our amazed friends, the WoggleBug appeared to be fully as tall as the Tin Woodsman, and surely no bug in all the land of Oz had ever been attained so enormous a size. I confess, said the Scarecrow, that your abrupt appearance has caused me surprise, and no doubt has startled my companions. I hope, however, that this circumstance will not distress you. We shall probably get used to you in no time. Do not apologize, I beg of you, returned the WoggleBug earnestly. It affords me great pleasure to surprise people, for surely I cannot be classed with ordinary insects, and I am entitled to both curiosity and admiration for those I meet. You are indeed, agreed His Majesty. If you will permit me to seat myself in your august company, continued the stranger, I will gladly relate my history so that you will be better able to comprehend my unusual, may I say remarkable, appearance. You may say what you please, answered the Tin Woodsman briefly. So the WoggleBug sat down upon the grass, facing the little group and wanderers, and told them the following story. Thank you for all the stars. I have not been getting that many stars. I realize that now. But I haven't been pushing for them either. Okay. The highly magnified history. I want to read this chapter because I'm curious about the WoggleBug, so I'm not even going to ask you if you want me to keep reading. I am just going to keep reading. It is but honestly that I should acknowledge at the beginning of my recital that I was born an ordinary WoggleBug, began the creature in a frank, friendly tone. Knowing no better, I used my arms as well as my legs for walking and crawled under the edges of stones or hid among the roots of grass, with no thought beyond finding a few insects smaller than myself to feed upon. The chill nights rendered me stiff and motionless, for I wore no clothes, but each morning the warm rays of the sun gave me a new life and restored me to activity. A horrid existence is this, but you must remember it is regularly ordained existence of a WoggleBug, as well as many other tiny creatures that inhabit the earth. But destiny had singled me out, humble though I was, for a grander fate. One day I crawled near to a country. What was that? Welcome, Ziri. Thank you for the rainbow. I appreciate you. I give you kisses now. Wow. Thank you, Ziri. How are you? We are reading a highly magnified history about the WoggleBug. We read the WoggleBug chapter. You just got here in time, I think, actually, if you want to hear the interesting part about the WoggleBug. Not just that he exists and that he startled our cohorts, but that how he became a giant creature of the night. Of the day? Of course. Okay. Well, feel free to come here on YouTube or stay in Irium, whatever's more comfy for you. Okay, where was I? But destiny had singled me out, and humble though I was, for a grander fate. One day I crawled near to a country school, and my curiosity, being excited by the monotone hums of the students within, made bold to enter and creep along the cracks between two boards until I reached the far ends, where in front of a hearth of glowing embers sat the master at his desk. No one noticed so small a creature as a WoggleBug, and when I found that the hearth was even warmer and more comfortable than the sunshine, I resolved to establish my future home beside it. So I found a charming nest between two bricks and hid myself therein for many, many months. Professor Nottingtail is doubtless the most famous scholar in the land of Oz, and after a few days I began to listen to the lectures and discourses. he gave to his pupils. Not one of them was more attentive than the humble, unnoticed WoggleBug, and I acquired in this way a fund of knowledge that I will myself confess is simply marvelous. That is more I place T-E, well, why? That is why I place T-E, thoroughly educated, upon my card, for my great pride lies in the fact that the world cannot produce another WoggleBug with a 10th part of my own culture and erudition. There you go. Culture and erudition. I do not blame you, said the Scarecrow. Education is a thing to be proud of. I'm educated myself. The mess of brains given to me by the great wizard is considered by my friends to be unexcelled. Nevertheless, interrupted the Tin Woodsman, a great heart is, I believe, much more desirable than education or brains. To me, said the Sawhorse, a good leg is more desirable than either. Could seeds be considered the light of brains? Inquired the Pumpkinhead abruptly. Keep quiet, commanded Tip sternly. Why, very well, dear father, answered the obedient Jack. The WoggleBug listened patiently, even respectfully, to those remarks, and then resumed his story. I must have lived full 3 years in that secluded schoolhouse hearth, said he, drinking thirstily on every flower found in the limp knowledge before me. Quite poetic, commented the Scarecrow, nodding his head approvingly. But one day, continued the Bug, a marvelous circumstance occurred that altered my very existence and brought me to my present pinnacle of greatness. The professor discovered me in the act of crawling across the hearth, and before I could escape, he had caught me between his thumb and his forefinger. My dear child, said he, I have captured a WoggleBug, a very rare and interesting specimen. Do any of you know what a WoggleBug is? No, yelled the scholars in chorus. Then, said the professor, I will get out my famous magnifying glass and throw the insect upon a screen in a highly magnified condition, that you all may study carefully and peculiar construction and become acquainted with its habit and manner of life. Hi, Asta Claus. Welcome. I haven't seen you in forever, Asta. You haven't hung out with me, Asta. I missed you. How are you? Love you. We're on YouTube and Ethereum. Besides, I gotta redesign my badge here. Oh yeah! I forgot that it's December now. Well, maybe we'll do better badges than last month. Maybe we'll be back in the top 10. Who knows? I haven't been pushing that hard on Ethereum. People ask me, oh, do you have Ethereum friends? Like, who are other VTubers you're friends with? And I was like, nobody wants to be friends with me. And they're like, how do you plan to fix that? And I was like, it's by design. I have been isolated. Like, what do you want me to do? I'm isolated. So I'm just having fun on YouTube now. I missed everyone. I love you too. I didn't want to interrupt your reading. Sorry, I'm late. You're not doing anything wrong. I love you. I love you and I love seeing you. So, you don't need to apologize to me for nothing. He then brought from the cupboard a most curious instrument, and before I could realize what had happened, I found myself thrown upon a screen in a highly magnified state, even as you now behold me. The students stood up in their stools and craned their heads forward to get a better view of me, and 2 little girls jumped up to the sill of an open window where they could see more plainly. Behold, cried the professor in a loud voice, this highly magnified WoggleBug is one of the most curious insects in existence. Before thoroughly educated and knowing what is required of cultured gentlemen at this junction, I stood upright and placed my hands upon my bosom, made a very polite bow. My action, being unexpected, must have startled them, for one of the little girls perched up the window sill, gave a scream, and fell back out the window, drawing her companions with her as she disappeared. The professor uttered a cry of horror and rushed away through the window to see if the poor child was injured by the fall. The scholars followed after him in a wild mob, and I was left alone in the schoolroom, still in a highly magnified state, and free to do as I pleased. Immediately occurred to me that this was a good opportunity to escape. I was proud of my great size and realized that now I could safely travel anywhere in the world, while my superior culture would make me a fit associate for the most learned person I might chance to meet. So, while the professor picked a little girl who were more frightened than hurt off the ground, and the pupils clustered around him, closely grouped, I calmly walked out of the schoolhouse and turned a corner and escaped unnoticed to a grove of trees and stood near. Wonderful! Exclaimed the Pumpkinhead admiringly. It was indeed, agreed the WoggleBug. I never ceased to congratulate myself for escaping while I was highly magnified, for even my excessive knowledge would have proved of little use to me had I remained a tiny, insignificant insect. I want this picture of the WoggleBug as a tattoo. It looks crazy. I like it. I want it on my leg as a tattoo. Respect and I love your background. This is the background you guys got for me. Isn't it great? I want it. It looks wackadoo crazy. I want it on, like, my ankle. I didn't know. I could do it on myself. What am I even talking about? What's stopping me from drawing this WoggleBug on myself? I have a tattoo gun and I know how to do tattoos. I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna do that. I've already done that on stream before, and it healed terribly because I'm gonna stop telling this story now. Insignificant. I didn't know before, said the Tit, looking at the WoggleBug with a puzzled expression, that insects were clothes. Nor do they in the natural state, returned the stranger. But in the course of my wondering, I had to go I had the good fortune to save the 9th life of a tailor. Tailor having white cats and 9 lives, as you probably know. The fellow was exceedingly grateful, for had he lost the 9th life, it would have been the end of him. So he begged permission to furnish me with the stylish costume I now wear. It fits very nicely, does it not? And the WoggleBug stood up and turned himself around slowly, that all might examine his person. He must have been a good tailor, said the Scarecrow somewhat enviously. He was a good-hearted tailor at any rate, observed Nick Chopper. God, Nicholas Chopper. Nick Chopper. Tony Chopper. Would it be hard to do that upside down? No, you're just tracing. It wouldn't be that hard. I can read upside down and backwards, so I don't think it'd be that hard to draw upside down. Yes. Tony Chopper. But where were you going when we met you? Tip asked the WoggleBug. Nowhere in particular, was the reply. Although it is my intention soon to visit the Emerald City and arrange to give a course of lectures to select audience of the adventures of magnification. We are bound for the Emerald City now, said the Tin Woodsman, so if it pleases you to do so, you are welcome to travel in our company. The WoggleBug bowed with a profound grace. It will give me great pleasure, said he, to accept your kind invitation. For nowhere in the land of Oz could I hope to meet with no congenial? Yeah, with so congenial of company. Wow, my dyslexia did not like that word. With so congenial of company. That is true, acknowledged the Pumpkinhead. We are quite as congenial as flies and honey. But, pardon me if it seems inquisitive, are you not all rather unusual? Asked the WoggleBug, looking from one to another with unconcealed interest. Not more so than yourself, answered the Scarecrow. Everything in life is unusual until you get accustomed to it. What rare philosophy, exclaimed the WoggleBug admiringly. Yes, my brains are working well today, admitted the Scarecrow, and an accent of pride in his voice. Then, if you are sufficiently rested and refreshed, let us bend our steps towards the Emerald City, suggested the magnified one. We can't, said Tip. We can't, said Tip. The sawhorse has a broken leg, so he can't bend his steps, and there is no wood around to make him a new limb from. And we can't leave the house behind because the Pumpkinhead is so stiff in his joints that he has to ride. How very unfortunate, said the WoggleBug. Then he looked to the party over carefully and said, if the Pumpkinhead is to ride, why not use one of his legs to make a leg for the horse that carries him? I judge that they both are made of wood. Now, that is what I call real cleverness, said the Scarecrow approvingly. I wonder my brains did not think of that long ago. Get to work, my dear Nick, and fit the Pumpkinhead's leg to the sawhorse. Jack was not especially pleased with this idea, but he submitted to having his left leg amputated by the Tin Woodsman and whittled down to fit the left leg of a sawhorse. Nor was the sawhorse especially pleased with the operation either, for he growled a good deal about being butchered, as he called it, and afterwards declared that the new leg was a disgrace to a respective sawhorse. I beg you to be more careful in your speech, said the Pumpkinhead sharply. Remember, if you please, that it is my leg you are abusing. I cannot forget it, retorted the sawhorse, for it is quite so flimsy as the rest of your person. Flimsy? Me? Flimsy? Cried Jack in rage. How dare you call me flimsy? Because you are built as absurdly as a jumping jack, sneered the horse, rolling his knotted eyes in a vicious manner. Even your head won't stay straight, and you never can tell whether you are looking backwards or forwards. Friends, I entreat you not to quarrel, pleaded the Tin Woodsman anxiously. As a matter of fact, we are now as above criticism. What? As a matter of fact, we are none of us above criticism. So let us bear with each other's faults. An excellent suggestion, said the WoggleBug approvingly. You must have an excellent heart, my metallic friend. I have returned, Nick. Well pleased, my dear heart is quite the best part of me. But now let us start upon our journey. Wow, I just read for like 3-4 minutes straight. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. Hi, chat. I was so locked in. I was too locked in. All good. I was too locked in. They perched the one-legged Pumpkinhead upon the sawhorse and tied him to the seat with a cord, so that he could not possibly fall off, and then followed the lead of the Scarecrow. They all advanced in the direction of the Emerald City. Okay, that was the end of that chapter. And we just hit the 2-minute mark, the 2-hour mark. Hell yeah, technically we're done. No, it's fine, we're here for the story time. Do you guys want one more chapter? Do you guys want one more chapter tonight? Do you guys want one more chapter tonight? Sure, I don't mind. You did come late, Asta. You did come late, so you would benefit from one extra chapter tonight. Oh, you really go for it. I'm fine with reading. I'm having a good flow tonight. I'm hitting a good flow state. Old Bobbie indulges in witchcraft. That's the next chapter. We shall read it. Old Bobbie indulges in witchcraft. They soon discovered that the sawhorse limped for the new leg was trifle too long, so they were obliged to halt while the Tin Woodsman chopped it down with his axe, after which the wooden steed paced along more comfortably. But the sawhorse was not entirely satisfied even yet. It was a shame that I broke my other leg, it growled. On the contrary, airily remarked the WoggleBug, who was walking alongside. You should be considered the accident of most fortune. What? Yeah. Accident most fortunate. For a horse is never as much use until he has been broken. I beg your pardon, said Tip, rather provoked, for he felt a warm interest in both the sawhorse and his man Jack. But permit me to say that your joke is a poor one, and old is what? But permit me to say your joke is a poor one, and as old as it is poor. Still, it is a joke, declared the WoggleBug firmly, and a joke derived from a play upon words is considered amongst educated people to be admittedly proper. What does that mean? Inquired Pumpkinhead. What does that mean? Inquired Pumpkinhead stupidly. It means, my dear friend, exclaimed the WoggleBug, that our language contains more words having a double meaning, and that to pronounce a joke that allows both meanings of certain words proves that the Joker, a person of culture, proves the Joker a person of culture and refinement, who has, moreover, a thorough command of the language. I don't believe that, said Tip plainly. Anybody can make a pun. I don't know why that actually got me. Oh, it's like actually funny. I don't mind, and rather you take care of yourself somewhere. I'm having a good time. That's actually like such a fucking based and funny reply. That's such a based and silly reply. I don't believe that, said Tip plainly. Anyone can make a pun. All you did was make a pun. Like, you're not as goated as you think you are, man. Like, you're not that funny. I opened up a hard seltzer. It's not a hard seltzer. It's a THC seltzer, but it's sparkling water. Honestly, I wish they had a normal version of it, like without THC, because it's super tasty. It's probably my favorite tasting sparkling water. It's got like the perfect amount of carbonation. It's so tasty. It's so tasty. It's gonna give me the munchies though. That's okay. I'm always munchy. Which is surprising because I've lost like 20 pounds again. I got so much weight again. I was wearing my shoes that I know are 5 extra pounds, and then went to the doctor, and I'm down to like 149, I think. I've lost so much weight again. Anyway, can make a pun. Not bad at all. I don't want to lose weight. I'm very sickly. Not so, rejoiced the WoggleBug stiffly. It requires education of a high order. Are you educated, young sir? Not exactly, admitted Tip. Then you cannot judge the matter. I myself am a thoroughly educated. And I say the pun displays genius. For instance, were I to ride upon this sawhorse, he would not only be an animal, he would be an equine. Yeah, an equine. An equine. For he would then be a horse and buggy. No, it's not equine. Equipage? An equipage? No, there's no way. EQUIPAGE. We're Googling it, because there's just no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Equipage.
Equipage. I was right. It is a crazy word. It was a crazy word. Equipage. Equipment of particular purpose. Alright. We did need to sound that out, because that was not what I thought that sounded like. That was not at all how I thought you would read that. He would become an equipage, for he would then be a horse and buggy. And this, the Scarecrow gave a gasp, and the Tin Woodsman stopped short and looked reproachfully at the WoggleBug. At the same time, the Sawhorse loudly snorted in his desertion, and even the Pumpkinhead put up his hands to hide the smile, which, because it was carved upon his face, could not change to a frown. But the WoggleBug strutted along as if he had made some brilliant remark, and the Scarecrow was obliged to say, I have heard, my dear friend, that a person can become over-educated, and although I have a high respect for brains, no matter how they may be arranged or classified, I begin to suspect that yours are slightly tangled. In any event, I must beg you to restrain your superior education while in our society. Damn. He said, I'm gonna have to tell you to keep a guard at your mouth because you're running your mouth way too much. You're talking a lot. You're saying a lot of stupid words, and I'm gonna need you to stop. I'm gonna need you to stop talking. Get him, Scarecrow. Get his ass. Oh, O'Reilly. Ziri, someone today, while I was doing my work training, actually subscribed to my YouTube without me having to ask, and I was surprised. Like, somebody who is not from Irium and somebody who is not from Twitter, somebody who just found me on YouTube was subscribed to me, and I was surprised because I was doing the training and I didn't remember that I left OBS open. So all of a sudden I just hear this, and I was like, what is that? And I open OBS and it says Ty Fox subscribed, and I was like, why did he do that? I didn't say thank you. I was just like, why would you do that? That means somebody is watching my VODs. Somebody's finding me in the wild and watching my VODs. Crazy work. Crazy work. Let's go. Crazy work. People are subscribing to Brubus. Whoa. This model just freaked out. People are subscribing to Brubus. Ain't that crazy? People are finding me and being like, that guy's pretty cool. I don't know why he thinks I'm cool, but yeah. As he asked me earlier, he's like, aren't we happy about this? And I was like, I guess. I just was surprised that anybody, like, doesn't think I'm a freak. I'm content with the knowledge. It's good knowledge. Good soup. Good soup. Get his ass. Get his ass. I'm gonna read that monologue one more time because it's fun. I have heard, my dear friend, that a person can be over-educated, and although I have a high respect for brains, no matter how they may be arranged or classified, I beg to suspect that yours are slightly tangled. In any event, I must beg you to restrain your superior education while in our society. We are not very particular out of the Tin Woodsman, and we are exceedingly kind-hearted, but if your superior culture gets leaky again... He did not complete the sentence, but he twirled his gleaming axe so carelessly that the WoggleBug looked frightened and shrank away to a safe distance. He said, listen, we are very kind people, and we are not very particular with the company we keep, but if you keep running your mouth, I'm gonna have to, I might find my axe is a bit more slippery than usual, one might suggest. One might suggest that this axe suddenly becomes very moist in my hand and I lose my grip. The others marched on in silence, and the highly magnified one, after a period of deep thought, said in a humble voice, I will endeavor to restrain myself. Wise move. That is all we can expect, returned the Scarecrow pleasantly, and good-natured being this happily restored to the party. Wow! And they proceeded upon their way. When they again stood to allow Tip to rest, the boy being the only one that seemed to be tired. Wow! The Tin Woodsman noticed many small round holes in the grassy meadow. This must be a village of field mice, he said to the Scarecrow. I wonder if my old friend the Queen of Mice is in this neighborhood. If she is, she may be a great service to us, answered the Scarecrow, who was impressed by this sudden thought. See if you can call her, my dear Nick. Hey, Nicholas, stop calling him Nick. So the Tin Woodsman blew a shrill note upon a silver whistle that hung around his neck, and presented a tiny green mouse popped from the nearby hole and advanced fearlessly towards them. For the Tin Woodsman had once saved her life, and the Queen of Field Mice knew he was to be trusted. Good day, Your Majesty, said Nick, politely addressing the mouse. I trust you are enjoying good health. Thank you, I am quite well, answered the Queen demurely. as she sat up and displayed the tiny gold crown upon her head. "Can I do you anything to assist my friend?" The art for this is adorable. It's like absolutely the cutest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Don't ask me to show it. I don't want to. Leave me alone. "You can indeed," replied the Scarecrow eagerly. "Let me, I entreat you, take a dozen of your subjects with me to the Emerald City." "Will they be injured in any way?" answered the Queen doubtfully. "I think not," replied the Scarecrow. "I will carry them hidden in the straw, which stuffs my body, and when I give them the signal, by unbuttoning my jacket, they have only to rush out and scamper home again as fast as they can. By doing this, they will assist me to regain my throne, which the army of revolt has taken from me." "In that case," said the Queen, "I will not refuse your request. Whenever you are ready, I will call 12 of my most intelligent subjects." "I am ready now," returned the Scarecrow. Then he lay flat upon the ground and unbuttoned his jacket, displaying the mass of straw with which he was stuffed. CJ is like, "I don't know, man. My axe is pretty slippery. I don't know." The Queen uttered a little piping call, and in an instant a dozen pretty field mice had emerged from their holes and stood before the ruler, waiting her order. What the Queen said to them none of us travelers could understand, for it was in mouse language, but the field mice obeyed without hesitation, running one after the other to the Scarecrow and hiding themselves in the straw of his breast. When all the 12 mice had thus concealed themselves, the Scarecrow buttoned his jacket securely, and then arose and thanked the Queen for her kindness. "One thing more you must do is to serve us," suggested the Tin Woodsman, "and that is to run ahead and show us the way to the Emerald City, for some enemy is evidently trying to prevent us from reaching it." "I will do that gladly," returned the Queen. "Are you ready?" The Tin Woodsman looked at Tip. "I'm rested," said the boy. "Let us start." Then they resumed their journey, the little gray Queen of the field mice running swiftly ahead, and then pausing until the travelers drew near, when away she would dart again. Without this unerring guide, the Scarecrow had comrades might never have gained the Emerald City, for many were the obstacles thrown in their way by the art of old Mombi, yet not one of them of their obstacles really existed. All were cleverly contrived deceptions. Wow. For when they came to the bank of the rushing river, they threatened to bar their way to the little queen. What the fuck am I reading? To bar their way, the little Queen kept steady on, pausing through the seeming floods in safety, and our travelers followed her without encountering a single drop of water. Jesus Christ, quite interesting. I love this version of The Wizard of Oz. It's the original version. This is Oz. This is the OG version of Oz. All the other versions of Oz that have happened, like Wicked and shit. I don't like Wicked. I hate when people are like, "Oh, I'm trying to use the Wicked canon to make the Oz movies and the book make sense, because like obviously the Glinda was good the entire time, so like she had to have known that like Dorothy was gonna kill her and she must have faked her death." I saw a video like that and I was like, this is the stupidest thing I think I've ever seen. Wicked is fan fiction. What are you talking about? You can't use fan fiction to make sense of the... What are you talking about? Insane. Like, actually insane. Like, insane people. Unwell behavior. Insanity. It's fan fiction. What are you talking about? Using fan fiction to make the story make... Shut up. Pack it 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 up. Again, a howl of granite towered above them, of their heads, and opposed their advance. But the gray field mouse walked straight through it, and the others did the same, and the wall melted into mist as they passed it. Oh, because they're confronting a bunch of illusions. I was like, what is happening in the story? I'm reading it, but I'm like not processing it. Okay, we're just, it's a bunch of. Okay, I got it. I got it. Afterwards, they had stopped for a moment to allow Tip to rest. They saw 40 road branches branching off from their feet in 40 different directions, and soon the 40 roads began whirling around like a mighty wheel, first in one direction and then in the other, completely bewildering their vision. But the queen called for them to follow her and darted off in a single line, and when they had gone a few paces, the whirling pathway vanished and were seen no more. Mommy's last trick was most fearful of all. She set a sheet of crackling flames rushing over the meadow to consume them, and for the first time the Scarecrow became afraid and turned to flying. Turned to fly. You want to run away because he's being a little coward. If that fire reaches me, I'll be gone in no time, he said, trembling, until the straw rattled. It's the most dangerous thing I have ever encountered. I'm off too, cried the sawhorse, turning and prancing with agitation. For my wood is so dry I'd be burned like kindling. It's fire. Is fire dangerous to the pumpkin and to pumpkins? Asked Jack fearfully. You'll be baked like a tart, and so will I, answered the WoggleBug, getting down on all fours so he could run the fastest. But the Tin Woodsman, having no fear of fire, averted the stampede with a few sensible words. Look at the field mice, he shouted. The fire does not burn her in the least. In fact, it is no more fire at all, but only a deception. Indeed, to watch the little queen march calmly through the advancing flames restored courage to every member of the party, and they followed her without being even scorched. This surely is the most extraordinary adventure, said the WoggleBug, who was greatly amazed, for it upsets all the natural laws that I heard Professor Knowlitail teach in the schoolhouse. Of course it does, said the Scarecrow wisely. All magic is unnatural, for that reason is to be feared and avoided. But I see before us the gates of the Emerald City, so I imagine we have now overcome all the magical obstacles that seem to be opposed to us. Indeed, the walls of the city were plainly visible, and the Queen of the Field Mice, who had been guiding them so faithfully, came near to bid them goodbye. We are very grateful to you, your Majesty, for your kind assistance, said the Tin Woodsman, bowing before the pretty creature. I am always pleased to be of service to my friends, answered the Queen. In a flash, she had darted away upon her journeying home. I love this illustration of the Mouse Queen. She looks so cute. See, when I say the mice run the true world order, this is the baddie I'm talking about. I just want y'all to know that. It was dark, and people didn't realize it. Well, the OG book gets dark in spots. Well, it's not as dark as you think it is, honestly. It's not that dark. But because it's not supposed to be. It's intended to be a wonder tale for children where they get rid of all of the dark, scary stuff from, like, Grim Anderson and stuff. That's what the intro says. That's why I read it every time we start. Must I read it again for Asta? Asta missed it. He didn't hear it. He missed it. Asta, I will read you the OG introduction to Oz. And I will put it back up on my stream, because it's actually easier for me to read off stream. It says, folklore, legends, myths, and fairy tales have followed childhood through the ages, for every healthy youngster has a wholesome and instinctive love for stories fantastical and marvelously and manifestly unreal. The winged fairies of Grimm and Anderson have brought more happiness to childish hearts than all other human creations. Yet the old-timey fairy tales have served for generations may now be classified as historical in the children's library, for the time has come for a series of new wonder tales, in which the stereotyped genies, dwarfs, and fairies are eliminated, with all horrible and blood-curdling incident devised by their author to point fearsome morals to each tale. Modern education includes morality. Therefore, the modern child seeks only entertainment in their wonder tales, and greatly despises with all disagreeable incident. Having this thought in mind, the story of The Wonderful Wizard of Oz was written solely to the pleasure of children of today. It aspires to become a modernized fairy tale in which the wonderment and joy are retained and the heartache and nightmares are left behind. L. Frank Baum, Chicago, April 1900. Welcome in, Chance. Welcome in, Chance. What's your news? What's your news? I got my final render today. Awesome, fantastic. I'm happy for you. Congratulations. 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 Okay. I'm going to now. I am now going to read all the places you'll go. I am now going to read all of the places you go. Let's go back to page 1. Let's go back to page 1. Much appreciated. You're welcome. If you weren't here for the beginning of the story, you wouldn't remember that, like, it says that it's not supposed to be dark at all, because that's and the antithesis of his vision, right? His vision is for a story that gets rid of all the scary parts, because he says that, like, we've had enough stories like that. We've had enough scary stories to last a child's lifetime. We don't need any more. We do that in school. We teach kids to be, privy and fierce, afraid of things in school. So they don't need anything like that anymore. Why is this not working? Click to view on full screen. No. Oh, and the moon hits your eyes like a baked pizza pie, there's some more. When the wine's in your eyes like a baked pizza pie, there's some more. Okay, sick. I fixed it. I don't know why that one isn't working, but that's okay. For some reason, the other display of the places you'll go is broken. I don't know why it's broken, but that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. I got it to work. That's all that matters. Oh, okay, and understandable. I see, makes sense. Yeah, he's like, we have enough scary stories for kids. Kids have had enough stories that are meant to scare them into being, good noodles. They know to be good noodles. They have figured it out by now. Ain't no reason. They're like, ain't no reason for us to keep doing that to the babies. They have figured out that they need to be good. Why is it not working? Oh well, I'll figure it out later. I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters that the book isn't turning pages or whatever. We're gonna read all the places you go, and then I'll do my other story, and then we'll go to bed. And I am tired. Okay, let's go. Let's go for it. Oh, the places you'll go. Let us change the music, though, because this music feels very unfitting and too dramatic. Something a little bit more gentle. I want something gentler. pretty romantical. I'm feeling all romantical. Okay. Oh, the places you'll go. Congratulations, today is your day. You're off to great places, you're off and away. You have brains in your head and feet in your shoes, and you can see yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your way and you know what you know, and you are the guy who will decide where to go. You'll look up and down streets, look 'em over with care, and about some you will say, I don't choose to go there. With your head full of brains and your shoes full of feet, you're just too smart to go down any not-so-good streets. Welcome, Callie. You're coming right at the end. Congratulations. You're about to eat our last two stories. And you may not find any you want to go down. In that case, of course, you'll head straight out of town. Like 10 minutes, but I had a chance to come to say hi. Hi, I love you. Hi, I love you. Hi. Good morning. I love you. Hi. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. It's opener there and the wide open there. Out there, things can happen and frequently do to people as brainy and footsy as you. And then things start to happen. Don't worry, don't stew. Just go right along. You'll start to happen too. Oh, the places you'll go. You'll be up on your way. You'll be seeing great sights. You'll join the high flyers who soar to high heights. You won't lag behind because you'll have the speed. You'll pass the whole gang and you'll soon take the lead. Wherever you fly, you'll be the best of the best. Wherever you go, you will top all the rest. Except when you don't, because sometimes you won't. I'm sorry to say, but sadly it's true that bang-ups and hang-ups can happen to you. You can get all hung up on the prickly perches, and your gang will fly on and leave you in the lurches. You can come down from the lurch with an unpleasant bump, and the chances are then that you'll be in a slump. And when you're in a slump, and you're not in for much fun on something yourself is not easily done. You come to a place where the streets are not marked, some windows are lightened but mostly are dark, a place you can sprain both your elbow and chin. Do you dare to go out? Do you stare to stay in? How much can you lose? How much can you win? And if you go in, should you turn left or right and 3/4 or maybe not quite? Or go around back and sneak in from behind? Simple it's not, I'm afraid you will find for a mind maker upper to make up his mind. Thank you for the protein shakes. I will add that to the milk list. And you can get so confused that you'll start in to race. Down long wiggly roads at a breakneck pace and grind on for miles across weirdish wild space. Headed, I'm afraid, to the most useless place, the waiting place. For people just waiting for a train to go, or a bus to come, or a plane to go, or the mail to come, or the rain to go, or a phone to ring, or the snow to snow, or waiting around for a yes or a no, or waiting for their hair to grow. Everyone's just waiting. Waiting for the fish to bite, or waiting around for the wind to fly a kite, or waiting around for a Friday night, or waiting perhaps for their Uncle Jake, or a pot to boil, or a bed or break, or a string of pearls, or a pair of pants, or a wig with curls, or another chance. Everyone is just waiting. Hey, nerdy chick, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. We're heading towards the end of our stream, so get cozy. No, that's not for you. Somehow you'll escape all the waiting and staying. You'll find a bright place where the boom bands are playing. With banners for flapping once more, you'll ride high, ready for anything under the sky. Ready because you're that kind of guy. Oh, the places you'll go. There is fun to be done. There are points to be scored. There are games to be won. And the magical thing you can do with that ball will make you the winningest winner of all. Fame, you'll be famous as famous can be, with the whole wide world watching you win on TV. Except when they don't, because sometimes they won't. I'm afraid sometimes you'll play lonely games too. Games you can't win because you'll play against you. All alone, whether you like it or not, alone will be something you are quite a lot. And when you're alone, there's very good chance you'll meet things that scare you right out of your pants. There are some down the road between hither and yon that will scare you so much you won't want to go on. But on you will go, though the weather be foul, and on you will go, though your enemies prowl. On you will go, though the hat crack and howl. Upward of many a frightening creek, though your arms may get sore and your sneakers may leak. On you will hike, and I know you'll hike far and face up to your problems, whatever they are. You'll get all mixed up, of course, as you know. You'll get mixed up with many strange birds as you go. So be sure when you step with care and great tact, and remember that life's a great balancing act. Just never forget to be dexterous and deft, and never mix up your right and your left. And will you succeed? Yes, you will. 98 3/4% guaranteed, kid, you'll move mountains. So, be your name Boxman or Bixby or Bray. Ha! Be your name Boxman or Bixby or Bray or Mordecai, Alvan, Allen, O'Shea. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. That is the end of all the places you'll go. That is the end of all the places you'll go. We've read it so many times, and yet I still mess it up. That is all of the parts to that story tonight. Do you guys want me to read Green Eggs and Ham, or do you want me just to read our final story and move on with the night? You get to pick your poison on that. If you want 2 more story, or you want 1 more story. Green eggs? Okay. Oh, my books are falling. Ah! I have the Lorax, by the way. I have a physical copy of the Lorax, if you want that also. I just remembered. So, here are your choices. The Lorax, Green Eggs and Ham. Those are your choices. Either the Lorax or Green Eggs and Ham. The Lorax, I have to physically go get up and grab it. Hold on. It's not in front of me. Oh, my back. Oh, my back. Okay, let me turn off this light. I'm stuck in a bead. I know you'll march far and face up to your problems, whatever they are. Oh, my back is so bad. Where did I put the Lorax? Now that I'm looking for it, it seems I have put it somewhere. But where is somewhere? Where did I put the Lorax? I have a physical copy of it somewhere. Oh, my back. Oh my god, every time I bend over it hurts. Okay, I'm too lazy to find the physical copy. I'll just Google it. I have a physical copy in my room somewhere. I just don't know where is. And I'm too tired and sore to dig around. I'll just Google it. Was the Lorax lifted? What do you mean? Yeah, he lifted himself away. Because y'all didn't learn your lesson. And he said, unless somebody cares a whole awful lot, nothing will change. I'm sorry, it's not. Story. I just want the Lorax by Dr. Seuss. I just want the Lorax by Dr. Seuss. And then I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna read the Lorax. Lorax me a question, and I say yeah. Lorax me a question, and I say yeah. Okay. Ready? Time for the Lorax time. Hooray. It's Lorax time. At the far end of town, where the wrinkled grass grows and the wind smells slow and sour. Wow, this is also not the book. I just want to point out, I just found a text. Oh wait, no. Every time we do this, people always type the story in wrong. I will actually apply myself and find a copy of the book. I was going to be like, it doesn't matter. No, because these people don't know how to type apparently, and they also don't know the stories that they're lifting. So I am gonna find the actual book. Okay. At the far end of town where the crinkle grass grows, and the wind smells slow and sour when it blows, and no birds ever sing except old crows, in the streets of the lifted Lorax. And deep in the crinkle grass, some people say, if you look deep enough, you can still see, today, where the Lorax once stood, just as long as it could, before somebody lifted the Lorax away. What? I don't want that. What was the Lorax? And why? Don't allow, don't allow. What was the Lorax? And why was it there? And why was it lifted and taken somewhere? And from that far end of town, where the crinkle grass grows, the old Onceler still lives here. Ask him, he knows. You won't see the Onceler. Don't knock at his door. He stays in this lurkin. Lurkum? Lurkin? Lurkum. He stays in this lurkum, cold under the roof, where he makes his old clothes out of the muffered moof. And on special dark midnights in August he peeks out of his shutters, and sometimes he speaks, and tells how the Lorax was lifted away, and tells you perhaps, if you will, or if you're willing to pay. There you go. Hey Duncan, we're reading Lorax. Was the Lorax lifted? Girl, I'll kill you. Ziri, I was too late. I should have clipped this cute little song Brutus was singing before. What song was I singing? What was I I don't remember what I was singing. What was I singing? I was singing it earlier? I don't know. Wait, what do you mean? I was singing? I don't remember singing. What was I singing? What was I singing? It's okay. Next time. Okay, I sing all the time, so you'll probably catch me doing it again. Or is it? On the end of a rope, he lets down a tin pail, and you have to toss in 50 cents and a nail. And in the shell of a great-great-great-grandfather snail. Then he pulls up the pail. This is very loud. Then he pulls up the pail and makes the most careful count, and to see if you've paid him the proper amount. And then he hides what he's paid him away in his snub, his secret strange hole, in his grovel gloss glove. Then he grunts, I will call you by a whisper phone, for the secrets I tell you are for your ears alone. Slump down the slup, the whisper phone to your ear, and the old Onceler whispers are not very clear, since they have to come down through a snurgly hose, and he sounds as if he had a smallish bee up his nose. Now, I'll tell you, he says, with his teeth sounding gray, how the Lorax got lifted and taken away. It all started way back, such a long, long time ago. Skullmorph Sound Labs. It always sounds like you're trying to promote me a product. It's such a crazy name. It's wicked awesome. Way back in the day when the grass was still green, and the pond was still wet, and the clouds were still clean, and the songs of the swoomy swan sang out in space, one morning I came to this glorious place, and I first saw the trees, the truffula trees, the bright-colored tufts of the truffula trees, miles after miles in a fresh morning breeze. I remember as a kid this book made me cry. I don't know, like the first time I read it or somebody read it to me or I read it. No, I read it alone. Nobody read this to me when I was a kid. Like there was Seuss Day and like obviously Earth Day, and they would read you these books. But I remember the first time I was exposed to this, I was handed a copy of the book and I read it and it cried. It upset me. I did not like it. And then I had somebody read it to me and it upset me again. I was in school and I was like, why are you reading this? This is depressing. It makes me sad and like anxious and I don't like it. And under the trees I saw brown barbaloos. Sorry. God. And under the tree, I saw brown barbaloots. My speech impediment did not like that. Frisking about in their barbaloot suits as they played in the shade of the truffulage fruits. From the robulous pond came the comfortable sound of a humming fish humming while splashing around. But those truffula trees, all my life I'd been searching for trees such as these. The touch of the troughs was much softer than silk, and they had the sweet smell of fresh butterfly milk. I felt a great leaping of joy in my heart. I knew just what I'd do. I unloaded my cart. With wah, 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 in no time at all I had built a small shop. Then I chopped down a truffula tree with one chop, and with great skillful skill, with great speedy speed, I took the soft tough, and knitted a thneed. God, my speech impediment does not like reading this. The instant I finished, I heard a gazump. I looked. I saw something pop up out of a stump. There you go. I saw something pop out of the stump. On the tree I chopped down. It was sort of a man. Describe him? That's hard. I don't know if I can. I love the drawing of him getting out of his little stump. He looks so cute. He was shortish and oldish and brownish and mossy, and he spoke with a voice that was sharpish and bossy. Oh my god, wait, Danny DeVito voice is canon? Shit. That's crazy. Crazy work. I am the Lorax. I fought in Nam. I am the Lorax, and I say, let it grow, let it grow. You can't reap what you don't sow. Plant these down in the earth. That's what makes the run his birth. We celebrate the rebirth of the earth, and I say, let it grow, let it grow, let it grow. We are in a Home Depot. Plant the seeds down in the earth. We celebrate the earth's rebirth. We celebrate the rebirth of the earth, and I say, let it grow. Let's watch the Lorax. Yar har diddly dee. Being a pirate is all I can be. Do what you want, 'cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate. Take a shot every time we get cringed. Shush. Danny DeVito tree. Damn. Mister, he said, in a sawdusty sneeze, I am the Lorax, I speak for the trees. I speak for the trees have no tongues. I am asking you, sir, at the top of my lungs. He was very unpleasant as he shouted and puffed. What's that thing you've made out of my truffula tuff? Look, Lorax, I said, there's no chance for alert. No, sorry. Fuck, I fucked that up. Look, Lorax, I said. There's no cause for alarm. I chopped down just one tree. I am doing no harm. I'm being quite useful. The thing is a thneed. A thneed is a fine something all people need. It's a shirt, it's a sock, it's a glove, it's a hat, but it has other uses. Yes, far beyond that. You can use it for carpets, for pillows, for sheets, or curtains of covers for bicycle seats. The Lorax said, Sir, you are crazy with greed. There is no one on earth who would buy that fool thneed. You know what? The Onceler is from Newark now. I've canonized it. The Onceler is now from Newark, and I'm going to give him I'm gonna like fully relax into my accent, and I'm gonna let it rock. How about that? We let New Jersey Onceler rock. Let's do that. That's fun. I'm having a good time reading tonight. I might just read a bunch of extra stories. Okay, ready? I was planning on doing it where if you give me donations, I'll read short stories. I think I'm gonna start doing that, but I want to only have it where it works on YouTube. If you donate like $2, I'll do a short story that you submit. I think that's fair. I think that'll be fun. Make up for my donations on Ethereum in a way. Okay. But the very next minute, I proved he had. But the very next minute, I proved he was wrong. For just the, I have to remember. I have to remember that he's also also narrating. Okay, we start from the top. That'd be cute. We'll do that. Maybe not tomorrow. How about next week? We'll start doing next week. But the very next minute, I proved he was wrong. For just at that minute, a champ came along. He thought that the Thneed, it was knitted, it was great. He happily bought it for $3.98. God, reading some of these words with an accent is hard. I laughed at the Lorax. You poor stupid guy. You never can tell what some people will buy. I repeat, cried the Lorax, I speak for the trees. I am busy, I told him. Shut up, if you please. I rushed across the road, and in no time at all, I built a radio phone. I put in a quick call. I called all my brothers and uncles and aunts. I said, listen here. Here's a wonderful chance for the whole Onceler family to get mighty rich. Get over here fast. Take the road to the north niche. What? I need to start over. None of that made sense. We're starting from the top of that paragraph. I rushed across the road, and in no time at all, I built a radio phone. I put in a quick call. I called all my brothers and aunts, all my brothers and uncles and aunts, and I said, listen here, here's a wonderful chance for the whole Onceler family to get mighty rich. Get over here fast, take the road to North Niche, turn left at Weehawken, sharp right at South Snitch. Yeah, there we go. I did it. I got there in the end. We struggle, but we survive. Oh wait, I skipped. No, I was right. I did not skip. And in no time at all, in the factory I built, the whole Onceler family was working full tilt. We all were knitting Thneeds, just as busy as bees, to the sounds of the choppers of the truffula trees. There we go. Hey, cold-armed angel. Nice name. We are trying to read the Lorax. I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees. And I say, let it grow. Let it grow, let it grow. We are in a Home Depot. Then, oh baby, oh boy. Oh, baby, oh. How my business did grow. Now chopping one tree at a time was too slow. So I quickly invented my super axe hacker, which whacked off 4 truffula trees in one smacker. We were making Thneeds 4 times as fast as before, and the Lorax, he didn't show up anymore. But the next week, he knocked on my new office door. He snapped, I am the Lorax, I speak for the trees, which you seem to be chopping as fast as you please, but I am also in charge of the brown barbaloots, who are playing in the shade in their barbaloot suits, and happily lived eating the truffula fruit. Now, thanks to you and your hacking my trees to the ground, there is not enough truffula fruit to go around, and my poor barbaloots are all getting crummies, because they have gas and no food in their tummies. They loved living here, but I can't let them stay. They'll have to find food, and I hope they may. Good luck, boys, he cried, and then sent them away. I, the Onceler, felt sad as I watched them all go, but business is business, and businesses must grow, regardless of crummies and tummies, you know. Plant the seed down in the earth, celebrate the rebirth of the earth. I say let it grow. I meant no harm. I mostly truly did. But I had to grow bigger, so bigger I got. I biggered my factory, I biggered my roads, I biggered my wagons, I biggered my loads. On the Thneeds I shipped out, I was shipping them forth, to the south, to the east, to the west, to the north. I went right on biggering, selling more Thneeds, and I biggered my money, which everyone needs. Nobody needs money. Because if we didn't have capitalism, no one would need it. Gross. Then again he came back. I was fixing some pipes when the old nuisance Lorax came back with more gripes. I am the Lorax, he coughed, and he whiffed. He sneezed, and he snuffed. He snarled, and he sniffed. Once, he cried with a crofulous creak. Once, you're making such smogulous smoke, my poor swoomy swans. Why, they can't sing a note. No one can sing who has smog in their throat. I'm trying to not read this with an accent, and it's hard because I still have an accent. And so, said the Lorax, please pardon my cough. They cannot live here, so I'm sending them off. Where will they go? I don't hopefully know. They must have to fly for a month or a year to escape from the smog you've smogged up here. What's more, snapped the Lorax. His dander was up. Let me say a few words about Gluppity-Glup. Your machines chug on day and night without stop, making Glumpity-Glump, also Schloppity-Schlup. And what do you do with the leftover goop? I'll show you, you dirty old oncer, you. You're glumping the pond where the humming fish hum. No more can they hum, for their gills have all gummed. So I'll send them off, and their future is dreary. They'll walk on their fins, get woey and weary, in search of some water that isn't so smeary. Let's sigh. And then I got mad. I got terribly mad. I yelled to the Lorax, now listen here, Dad. All you do is yap, yap, and say bad, 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 bad. When I have my rights, sir, I am telling you I intend to go on doing what I do. And for your information, you Lorax, I'm fingering and biggering. I'm figuring and biggering and biggering and biggering and biggering, turning more truffula trees into thieves, which everyone needs. I was aggressive. And at that very moment, we heard a loud whack. From the outside, in the fields, came a sick smack of an axe on a tree. Then we heard the tree fall, the very last truffula tree of them all. No more trees, no more needs, no more work to be done. So in no time, my uncles and aunts and everyone all waved me goodbye. They jumped into my car and drove away under the smoky, smoggered stars. Now all of was left neath the bad smell. This bad-smelling sky was my big empty factory, the Lorax, and I. The Lorax said nothing, just gave me a glance, and gave me a very sad backwards glance. And he lifted himself by the seat of his pants, and I'll never forget the grim look on his face when he hoisted himself and took leave of this place, with a hole in the smog without leaving a tree. And all the Lorax left here in this mess was a small pile of rocks with the one word, unless. Whatever that meant, well, I just couldn't guess. There was a long, long ago, but each day since then, I've sat here and worried away. Through the years, while my building was falling apart, I worried about it with all of my heart. But now, says the onceler, says the oncelet, now that you're here, the words of the Lorax seem perfectly clear. Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing's going to get better. It's not. So, catch, called the onceler. He let something fall. It's a truffula seed. It's the last of them all. You're in charge of the last truffula seed. And truffula trees are what everyone needs. Plant a new truffula. Treat it with care. Give it clean water and feed it fresh air. Grow a forest. Protect it from axes that hack. Then the Lorax and all of his friends may come back. Yeah, this is why I didn't like this book as a kid. The ending of it just stops. The story just ends. It's like the end. That's it. No more story. Oh, there is one I want to read, thinking about it now, in my head, in my Chrome Dome. It's not this one or that one. You know what I haven't read in forever, and I want to read? I want to read The Cat in the Hat. You're going to read The Cat in the Hat. We're doing that. This really is true book club tonight. We're gonna read The Hobbit at some point also. I would love to read The Hobbit. Every vintage bone in my body would love to read The Hobbit, and then we can watch the movie. Okie dokie, I found it. I found it. I don't think anyone's on YouTube currently, right? No one's on YouTube right now. Maybe it's Bean. Okay, I'll move this in case Bean is here and didn't fall asleep. Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to change. It's not. And I walk the mirror and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I think I talk a mile. What's going on? And then I say, hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. I say, hey, what's going on? See ya. I just said I'm leaving for the night. You can close YouTube. No. Oh, I just saw that. I just saw that. Okay, bye. I can't end YouTube. It's because it's also my VOD, silly. The Hobbit is an amazing book. It's a lighthearted book compared to the rest of the series because it wasn't meant to be like a big serious story, which is why it's so cute and whimsical and great. I love the Hobbit animated movie from the 60s though. Or is it the 70s? Either 70s or 60s, I can't remember. But it's like a childhood favorite. I used to watch it all the time as a kid. And I love it, and I would love to watch it. That and the Twin Towers. Oh my god. I want to watch those again so bad. We should just watch and read The Lord of the Rings. Can we just, like, consume Lord of the Rings? That would be so fun. I would love that. Everything I think, usually I'm so good at marking eras. For some reason, I can't, like, identify it in my head. I know why I can't. But I know Ralph Bakshi worked on one, and I'm a huge fan of Ralph Bakshi. I know it's, like, a controversial hot take or whatever, but, like, artistically, I really like Ralph Bakshi a lot. Like, as an artist, I really appreciate him. I think even, Coonskin is great. I think it's, like, such a good movie. Artistically, it's such a good artistic movie. It's great artistically. I love it because a lot of it isn't like him making shit up. It's him using metaphors for stuff and just straight up taking actual recordings from inner cities at the time and just animating over them. And he was somebody who grew up in black communities and had very strong opinions about the way they were perceived and viewed by society and the police because he lived it amongst these people and was seeing it every day and was like, I think it's gross and y'all want to pretend like it's not. I just find that fascinating. He was a very interesting person. Crazy guy. Do you know who he was the mentor to? The guy who made Ren and Stimpy, that crazy piece of garbage. So crazy teach crazy, I guess. I don't know. I'm not saying he was a great person or anything. He was probably not a great person. I think his artistic messaging, though, was very interesting. Well, valid. I think he's probably a bad person. I do think his movies are fascinating. Frisk the Cat, the original comic was made by this, like, he is a piece of shit. My god, I watched a documentary about him. It is fascinating how somebody could be such a bad person. And he, like, disowned Frisk the Cat and then killed Frisk the Cat after the movie came out because he didn't like the movie at all. He was, like, livid about it. But Ralph Bakshi took this thing that had a lot of problems and like promoted some very awful things about assault and stuff, and found a way to make it like good and interesting. And I love that. I love his depiction of Frisk in the movie. Frisk in the comics is not great. He is awful. Like, he was like, oh, he turned Frisk into like this like liberal, this like hippie liberal or whatever. And I mean that in like the terms of what it actually meant at the time, not like our impression of that, like the at the time. And he was like, yeah, I did. Ain't that crazy? Insanity spreads. Yeah. I mean, that guy was more insane, I would say, though, than Ralph Bakshi, because he made some awful choices in life. Anyway, let's read The Cat in the Hat. He immediately goes back to reading book. I would like to watch some Ralph Bakshi movies. They're very interesting. The sun didn't shine. It was wet. It was too wet to play. So we sat in the house all that cold, wet day. I sat there with Sally. We sat there, we two, and I said how I wish we had something to do. Too wet to go out, too cold to play ball. So we sat in the house. We did nothing at all. So all we could do was to sit. And we did not like it, not one little bit. And then something went bump. How the bump made me jump, or us jump. We looked then and we saw him step in on the mat. We looked and we saw him, the cat in the hat. He said to us, why do you sit there like that? I know it is wet and I know the sun is not sunny, but we can have lots of good fun that is funny. I know some good games we could play, said the cat. I know some tricks, said the cat in the hat. A lot of good tricks. I will show you. I will show them to you. Your mother will not mind all if I do. Then Sally and I did not know what to say. Our mother was out of the house for the day. Thanks, Duncan. But our fish said, no, make that cat go away. Tell the cat in the hat you do not want to play. He should not be here. He should not be about. He should not be here when your mother is out. No, have no fear, said the cat. My tricks are not bad, said the cat in the hat. Why, we can have lots of good fun, if you wish, with a game that I call Up with a Fish. Put me down, said the fish. Why, this is not fun at all. Put me down, said the fish. I do not wish to fall. I had to put something in the fridge, I just remembered. Have no fear, said the cat. I will not let you fall. I will hold you up as I stand on a ball, with a book on my hand and a cup on my hat. But that is not all I can do, said the cat. It's been so nice to listen. I miss Brew streams. I've been here. I try my best. Look at him. Look at me now, said the cat, with a cup and a cake on top of my hat. I can hold 2 books. I can hold up the fish, a little toy ship, some milk on a dish. And look, I can hop up and down on the ball. But that is not all. Oh no, that is not all. Look at me now. It is fun to have fun, but you have to know how. I can hold up the cup and the milk and the cake. I can hold up these books and the fish on a rake. I can hold the toy ship, the little toy man, and look, with my tail I can hold a red fan. I can fan with the fan as I hop on the ball. But that's not all. Oh no, that's not all. That is what the cat said. Then he fell on his head and came down with a bump from up there on the ball, and Sally and I saw all the things fall. And our fish came down too. He fell into a pot. He said, do you like this? Oh no, I don't. This is not a good game, said our fish as he lit. Ooh. No, I do not like it. No, not one little bit. Cat hat. Now look what I did, said the fish to the cat. Now look what you did, said the fish to the cat. Now look at this house. Look at this. Look at that. You sank our toy ship, sank it deep in the cake, and shook our house, and now you've bent our new rake. You should not be here when your house, okay. You should not be here when our mother is not. You are not, you got out this, get out of this house, said the fish in the pot. There we go. There we go. But I like it here. Oh, I like it a lot, said the cat in the house to the fish in the pot. I will not go away. I do not wish to go. And so, said the cat in the hat, so, I will show you another game that I know. This book was like the best-selling book for like the longest time. It's so interesting to me. And then he ran out, and then fast as a fox, the cat in the hat came back with a box. A big red wooden box. Who is this? Was Brownie. Hi! We are reading The Cat in the Hat. We should be asleep. We are not. Karma! Karma! I haven't seen you in a minute. How are you doing? How are you doing, Karma? We do YouTube now. A big red... hail. Hi! Hi. Hit the other box and look at the look at the trick. What the heck? Who is texting me? Said the cat. Take a look. Go away. I'm doing okay. I hope you're well. I'm okay. Tired. Oh, it's like $60 extra, so I would owe $560. That's not bad. Then he got up. I'll just owe $460. Next, then I'll have the hand. Hold up. This is not bad. Now I couldn't type O for a minute. Jesus Christ almighty. Oh my god, I type slow. Hooray! Okay. I texted my rigger, which is dope. Okay, texted my rigger. Oh no, it made my eyes crazy. Oh no, it made my eyes crazy. I forgot when I typed, it did trigger my key. I'm using a model. Oops. I'm using a model and I forgot. Oopsie doopsie. That's okay. That's okay. That is okay. Then he got up on top with the tip of his hat. I call this game fun in a box, said the cat. In this box are two things I will show you now. You will like these two things, said the cat with a bow. I will pick up the hook. You will see something new. Two things, and I call them thing one and thing two. These things will not bite you. They want to have fun. Then out of the box came thing two and thing one, and they ran to us fast. They said, "How do you do? Would you like to shake hands with thing one and thing two?" And Sally and I did not know what to do, so we had to shake hands with thing one and thing two, and shook their two hands, but our fish said no. Those things should not be in the house. Make them go. They should not be here when your mother is not. Put them out, said the fish in the pot. Have no fear, little fish, said the cat in the hat. These things are good things, and have given them a pat. They are tame, oh so tame. They have come to play, and they will give you some fun on this wet day. I'm hungry. Now here is a game that they like, said the cat. They like to fly kites, said the cat in the hat. No, not in the house, said the fish in the pot. They should not fly kites in the house. They should not. Oh, the thing they will bump. Oh, the things they will hit. Oh, I do not like it. No, not one little bit. Then Sally and I saw them run down the hall. We saw those two things bump their kites into the wall. Bump their kites on the wall. bump, thump, bump, thump, down the wall in the hall. Thing two and thing one, they ran down on the string of one kite. They saw their mother's gown, her gown with the dots, with the pink, white, and red dots. Then we saw the kite bump on the head of her bed. I keep zoning out. So I gotta go ready for work. I'll definitely check out your YouTube page. How much love, Joy Boy. No worries. I'll see you later. Goodbye. I'll finish this book and then I'm gonna go to sleep. Then those things ran about with a big bump, jump, and kick. They hop big and they're with hops big. Wow, I'm so sleepy. With hops and big thumps and all kinds of big tricks. I said I do not like the way that they play. If mother could see this, oh, what she would say. Then our fish said, look, look. Our fish said with fear, your mother is on her way home. Do you hear? Oh, what will she do to us? What will she say? Oh, she will not like to find us this way. So, do something fast, said the fish. Do you hear? I saw her, your mother is near. So, as fast as you can, think of something to do. You will have to get rid of thing one and thing two. So, as fast as I could, I went after my net. I said, with my net, I can get them, I bet. I bet with my net I can get those things yet. Then, I let down my net. I came down with a plop. I had them at last. Those two things to have. I'm so sleepy. My tongue is going off kind of back like that. Those two things had to stop. Then I said to the cat, now, do you do as I say? You pack up those things, you take them away. Oh dear, said the cat, you do not like our games? Oh dear, what a shame, what a shame, what a shame. Then he shut up the things in the box with the hook. The cat went away with a sad kind of look. That is good, said the fish. He has gone away, yes, but your mother will come. She will find the big mess, and this mess is so big and so deep and so tall, we cannot pick up. There is no way at all. And then, who was back in the house? Why, the cat. Have no fear of the mess, said the cat in the hat. Always pick up all your playthings, and so I will show you another good trick that I know. Then he saw him pick up all the things that were down, and pick up the cake and the rack, and the gown and the milk, and the strings and the books and the dish, and the fan and the cup, and the ship and the fish. He put them away. Then he said, that is it. And then he was gone with the tip of his hat. Then our mother came in. She said to us two, do you have to have any... Did you have any fun? Tell me, what did you do? And Sal and I did not say a word. Should we tell her the things that went on there that day? Should we tell her about it? And now, what should we do? Well, what would you do if your mother asked you? The end. The end. Hooray. The end, the end, the end. I yawn. I yawn, and I text my rigger and I yawn. Okay. We can finally end our stuff. It is done. I do end stream. I do outro. Let us do outro. Good night, everyone who has visited today. Most of us have already gone to bed, but I shall end anyway. Let me go and say our goodbyes. I did not stream this morning, so this is the only I love you I can give you today. I'm sorry if you did not get one earlier. I love you because you should hear that every single day at least once, because it's good for the heart, good for the spirit, and good for morale. Remember to drink water, to eat food. I know eating can be very hard. Sometimes you eat too much and sometimes you eat too little, and sometimes you just don't know how much you're supposed to eat or what you should eat. But that's okay. Don't punish your vessel because it's not trying to punish you. Also remember to take your medication as prescribed. I know it might seem like you might not actually need it, but you definitely do if you've been prescribed it, so take it as prescribed. Also remember to be kind, to be gentle with yourself. You're trying your very, very, very best, and that's all that matters. And I'm so glad that you showed up today and you tried. I'm acknowledging it. You did a great job just showing up. Thank you so much. Remember that the mice run the true world order. Do not ask what that means because I will never explain. I will see you tomorrow. I don't know if it'll be in the morning or the night. It kind of depends on how I'm feeling. Good night, Karma. I'm happy that you're doing okay. Thank you for visiting us. Thank you for everybody visiting. Okay, bye. Goodbye. 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 Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Goodbye.